Howdy, hello, and welcome to Fabled 42, where we build community through friendship, gaming, and chaos. It's getting into December, halfway through now. This will be our last stream of the year, seeing as next week is very much a holiday-ish kind of time, and then that week after, you know. So, everyone can hear us, right? Cool, yeah. Everyone's so quiet. Stacks is... No, he's not. He's pulling a me.
Oh my gosh, that was so good! I totally...
Hopefully Barbell was in here to see that, because she gets it. She even typed it out, too. She
betrayed.
Typed it out. She was concerning.
I was like, Colin, excuse me, Colin. I was like, your eyes? Okay, I'm impressed right now, y'all. I don't mean go continue.
I'll show you one time. Yeah, it's fun. So basically what I was going to say is I want to take this time to thank my players for this first year, not year of, but this year of this game. I've had a lot of fun being the Dungeon Master, and I've enjoyed you guys telling a story that some of it is from me and a lot of it is from you guys. So this is I've had a lot of fun, and we're gonna keep it going. But for now, how about we do some sponsorship announcements? Announcements.
Good job.
Who's on first?
John.
I think it's me, I believe. All right. So first up, we have Griffin Co. griffinco.com. Longtime sponsor of Fabled 42. They offer affordable 3D printed terrain, spell effects, and a variety of objects that make great gifts for all ages. If you hurry, they're offering holiday specials on their products right now. They have a lot of holiday themed, miniatures and other just gifts. So great for white elephants or get gaming gatherings from the holidays. So if you use the promo code Fabled42, you can get 22% off your purchase. If you stay tuned during the mid-show break, we'll be giving away something from them, right?
Actually, I have not double-checked that is happening again tonight, but it might be. We'll get an update. Yeah.
There might be a giveaway for that,
yeah.
But otherwise dice, probably. One of those two, so.
Dice
watch
or things. Yes.
Yeah, so. griffinco.com.
What happened to the AI?
I know. I improv'd a little bit.
Okay. Next is usually Cherie. Our awesome barbarian is not here tonight, so I'm going to read her thing. Also, check out our friends at Underground Oracle. They create 5th edition resources for both sides of the screen. You can find them at undergroundoracle.com or on DriveThruRPG, so check them out.
And that... I don't have a cool segue. Just hi, hello. Next sponsor is Nine Realms Gaming. Nine Realms Gaming, really, really cool company. They hand make quality and affordable hand-carved wooden accessories for your gaming and tabletop games. Like dice towers, dice vaults, and trays, and DM screens. They do custom work. Really beautiful stuff. Here is my beautiful. Here's a beautiful dice tower with some very intricate, gorgeous carving on the sides. You can get 10% off your next purchase if you head over to their website, ninerealmsgaming.com, and use the code Fabled42.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's me. Hi. Where did it go? I know that we are Critical Dice. Shout out to Critical Dice, who sponsors us every week. And sorry, I found the ad. It's been a chaos day. So please feel free to head over to the link in the chat for Critical Dice. They have a Critical Dice gift box this season to help make your holiday even more dice-filled and festive. There's only a limited amount, and they are gorgeous, so please head over there and check them out. Stick around for your chance to win a set of Critical Dice. We will have a giveaway if you enter !critical Please note that our giveaways are for US and Canada only, excluding Quebec because of their giveaway laws. We hope that they'll change those soon. And if you click on the link, you get 20% off all non-subscription items, which should include that beautiful gift box. So highly recommend.
Nice. Don't forget to swing by on Mondays for our Crypt Creatures horror campaign, DM'd by MZ Dusty. This takes place at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. And some Fridays, you can catch us playing Duke City Chronicles, which is our Monster of the Week campaign from Jason Russell from Critical Dice as the Keeper, leading Team C4 on their last in-game hunt. And when we do show these episodes, it's at 3 p.m. Pacific. So we pride ourselves on bringing a wide variety of quality storytelling to those eager to join us for the adventure. But if you've missed a couple of episodes...
Oh, that's me. So, whoa, yeah. I was zoning. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. For some reason, I was visualizing my dice roll.
Which dice roll?
The dice
You
20,
manifesting
I think.
a D20?
Yeah, no, like I just for some reason it was here in my vision, and that's why I saw nothing else. Guys, if you haven't missed us live, you can catch our VODs. That stands for Video on Demand on YouTube every Friday at 6 a.m. Pacific, or sometime. You can watch all of our past episodes as well as any other show aired on Fabled 42. Go subscribe to us today so you don't miss out. And then one last thing, guys, here on Twitch, you can use, if you are subscribed to Fabled 42, you can give luck and inspiration to players and or the DM to help us out on our way. Feel like we're good.
For tonight only, we won't hold it against you if you give the luck to the DM. Tonight only, because we're in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, we'll see.
And also, we're still triple blessed.
You are still.
You got hit a lot.
Yeah, you got hit a lot.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
All
fine.
right.
I'm
I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. It's
She
fine.
just on fire. She's like, I'm fine. Everything's
fine,
fine.
guys, I'm fine.
Tell
Everything
the
is
lava from the
fine.
blood.
Hey guys, we are gonna play our intro video, and then we're gonna come back right. I mean, we're just getting right back to this combat. So stick around, enjoy the video. We'll be right back.
Solon, a world caught just outside the blessed fields of Elysium. Home to the migrated Gardenals, celestial animal kin searching for adventure. The Sun Guard are the protectors of this realm, standing against the forces of evil that seek to disrupt a lasting peace. It has been over 100 years since Bel's dark invasion faltered at Boiler Bay. In the north, Pelor's warming glow bestows prosperity to the nations of light. But in the south, a new story unfolds.
Tell me, is that better, Miss Chelsea?
Let me see. Oh, that's perfect.
Perfect and
I was making that face when I came back. Okay, that's great. That's all my fault.
Baby, come back. Hey, Shay. Oh, I should summarize what's happened. Okay, so
Okay. I was like, oh.
it's been a day, and this group, gosh, I'm not gonna go back the whole even day. I'm just gonna say they had some shopping, they had some good information gathering, some conversations, but they was all kind of leading up to this awesome banquet ceremony, followed by a banquet. Very highfalutin engagement, and then they were set to meet with Lord Havesh and discuss 2 days worth of work now since you have started as official employees. But that meeting was quickly shut down as an interesting set of events occurred, where it started with a group of bandits seemingly that had made their way into the banquet hall from outside. Also, a scary booming voice speaking a language none of the group could understand. The group helped dispatch the bandits and then noticed that a new group joined the fray. Duergar, the dark dwarves, the underground dwarves, seemed to be in some way involved in this assault. With an interesting, intricate shield system, the group quickly dispatched of the first group and came outside to see the high-ranking Gith officers engaged in combat with a large, giant dwarf. Giant dwarf is, I realized. But it's there and it's happening. Also on the field was some metal contraption, some kind of transport with a drill on it that the gift asked the group to help dispatch, as it seemed like there was some kind of projectiles being shot from outside, or shot from inside, to which our amazing rogue fighter has now infiltrated this awesome solid metal structure that I put on the field here, and is inside battling the dwarfs. That is where we come back into the top of the round. I should mention that the giant Duergar did basically misty step away and take some heavy hits against Vesta before the start of this round. But now we start this round with Shay.
Alrighty. So even though it feels like, 8 days for Chelsea, Shay has just been, it's been 6 seconds or something. Okay. So I just realized I don't have Roll20 up. So luckily I have it in Zoom. I'm just going to use that for now. Maybe you can move me, Colin. But I'd like to move up like half my movement so that I can be a little bit closer to this giant drilling attacking machine.
So you up by up you mean down?
Yeah, we can do a little, actually no, like more of a horizontal to the left.
To the left, so right there maybe?
Yeah.
To the left. Everything you want.
One more square to the 5 feet to the left. I don't know.
That's another 5 feet though. So if you want to get behind the Gith Knight, you would be 20 feet of movement.
Before I get super close, I want to see like 10, 15 feet of movement, and then how well can I now see from that point?
Well, inside?
Well, or like how close am I? And like, yeah, I'm trying to see inside. I know that Lupin and his Echo like bamfed into there. Can I see figures, shadows?
Yeah. It's dark outside, but some of these like ceremonial banners and torches are kind of still lit and going, keeping this ceremonial atmosphere alive.
Okay.
And you do see like it's really just two contrasting shapes and textures, right? You see hulking kind of dark fur.
Okay.
Kind of located towards the back of the vehicle, and towards the front you see like the tops of heads of like beard and like red and blonde moving around inside. Not blonde, these are dark, but like dark skin but armored and dark beards.
Okay. So even though you're saying I only see 2 figures, not...
No, there's multiple of each type, but that's like the two, you can only really like distinguish between those two types of shapes on the inside. It's really hard to single out a figure.
How many?
Oh, you definitely see multiple of each.
3, 4. It's specific for my spell. That I want to know how many I'm trying to.
But that, yeah, but I'm
target.
okay. Give me the perception check.
Okay,
But like
cool.
realize
First
this is like looking into a slit and seeing gears moving around and being able to guess how many gears are in there.
Okay,
That's
totally.
kind of
Okay.
yeah.
I'm so excited. This is my first physical dice roll in weeks because of my move. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, man, totally.
Clickety
I missed the
clacks.
tower.
Clickety
Okay,
clacks.
hold on.
Hold up.
I don't even. Oh, I found it. I was like, for sure didn't think I'd be able to find it on the carpet. Okay. That's pathetic. Perception, that's a 10.
Whoa, we lost
Wait,
someone.
I get a bless. I have a
You're
blessing.
double blessed, triple blessed too, aren't you?
I'm
Who'd we
actually
lose?
double
We lost
blessed,
me.
I
Oh
am.
gosh. Oh, what
Ooh,
happened?
and that was a 4. So that's a 14.
Chelsea, hold on. We've lost
Yep.
a Colin.
No, yep. Get my streaming computer went to sleep, which is really weird.
Oh
'cause it doesn't
no.
usually do
Oh,
that.
okay. Because I was like,
Oh,
I
low
have one
battery.
here. What do you mean?
It's plugged in. All right, guys, give me a second.
While we wait, I will read to you the jokes that have been posted in our Discord chat.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Quebec,
Well,
Canada is currently.
it's gonna take a second for this to come back, so we're just gonna keep going. Sorry, viewers. It's gonna look weird. It's gonna look weird for a
Read the
second.
jokes for yourself.
This is-
They're
This,
funny.
let's consider this. We're trying out a podcast for future endeavors. So like, we're just gonna be podcast style for a second, but I promise we'll get you back as soon as possible. So did you end up moving? Sorry.
Who are we asking? What?
Are
we're back to
Are
you.
you moving on Roll20? Did you want to move?
Oh, no,
Oh,
I
well,
can-
your
I can
perception
pull
check.
my-
Your perception check.
Yeah, I was doing my perception check, which was a total. Was I still? Because I know I'm blessed from envy. Do I still get the blessing from Bacchus?
Yes. I said for this whole combat because Bacchus
Thank
was
you.
very generous. Yes.
I just want to make sure. Okay, so
Yeah.
then I did. Total of all of that was 15 perception.
15 perception. Yeah, it's not quite enough. I mean, it's dark
Okay.
outside. There's not enough contrast for you to really distinguish. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but multiple. I'd say you would guess between 2 to 5. It's of the Duergar figures, and then it looks like probably like you can kind of see that like one of them is his shadow, so one of them does look different enough, but it's still difficult to distinguish. But you can tell like
Okay.
2 of the John figures, and
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm gonna just move up half my movement here, 15 feet, and be kind of reckless, chaos, embrace the chaos, and I'm gonna go ahead. Sorry, John. I'm gonna cast blindness on the figures inside the machine, and so you'll see a little gold script come out of like Shay's mouth, wrap around her finger, and like
Bingle.
the lettering, shoots in like kind of like really fast, like if it was like a projectile, like arrow or something. So she's like shooting, and since I'm doing it at 3rd level, I get to do, I think just 2. Wait, no. What? So there's only 2. So if I do blindness at 3rd level, I can only 2 targets. You cast the spell using a spell slot of 3rd. You can target one additional creature
So higher would
above
be
2,
more,
which
yeah.
is kind of confusing when because you think 3 and 3, but no. So yeah, so
back.
just 2, and I'm trying my best to target. I don't know, the one driving it, and maybe the one towards the back who was, I think, operating. Because I saw the attacks of the ammunition coming out of the inn. So she's just like kind of.
Yeah. I'll let
She
you. I mean,
shoots
yeah.
blind
Yeah.
To make them blind and
Okay.
see what she can do.
So this is
I
a
need-
save.
Yes, it is a Constitution save, please.
Runaway tank!
Alrighty, Constitution. They're kind
Constitution?
of the tuition. All right, so one is a 13.
That's a fail.
The other one is a 21.
I think that.
Okay, so the driver is blind.
Yes.
Was
Yes.
I guess
Okay.
I won't know until my turn. But like, was that the one that had a foot on the pedal? Like was it?
The flamethrower?
Or yeah, like was it? I think this one. I
No,
think?
it's the one. The one that seems to be driving was the one below it.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's
that
blind.
one. He's blind.
Okay.
Okay. And then, yes, for bonus action. No, I don't think I want to move. That'll be my turn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Envie.
Envie?
Envie.
Envie?
Oh,
Envie.
Envie.
One day.
I got it. I got it.
Probably make it. Well, okay, so I only move 30 feet, so 30 action, 30 dash, so like 60.
Give
I don't even know
me
if I have a bonus action.
give me a perception check.
I just imagine him with his wine, like walking past a bunch of like fancy tapestry in this like really fancy tower. And like all this chaos is going on outside, and he's just like, yeah.
I'm just
If you only knew how much Vesta was hurting.
15.
15 perception check. Is that
Yep.
what? That's okay. So as you walk from the dining room, as you're making your way out the door, you hear noises that cause you to look up and behind, and you see in this foyer, this kind of like long and shallow foyer that then opens up into the double doors outside the keep. There's two stairwells that go up to hallways that disappear further back. Every time you've kind of come in, there's been guards posted up on the top of these stairwells, preventing anyone from really going beyond. Those guards don't seem to be there, and there's a group of about, from what you can see, 3 to 4 Duergar pulling some bags and maybe a chest like out of one of the hallways, and they're starting to make their way down one of the stairways as you were kind of walking under and through.
Okay.
Are you still trying to make it outside? Because if so, I'll give you your character out here.
Maybe not. Might have
Okay.
to theater of the mind a bit. I'm gonna do something, but I don't want to waste time for me looking through what spell would probably work in this particular case, because I can only do like 2 different spells leveled right now. So, I'm gonna. Can I hold? Well, I don't want to hold my action.
You can delay your turn, and I'll just change
delay?
your
Okay.
initiative. I'll change your initiative for when you want to go.
Okay.
You
Probably gonna do something, but like I don't know.
yeah. The way we do delayed, it's probably from an older version, but if you want to delay your whole turn, it'll change your initiative. If you want to hold your action, you keep your initiative. You just get to use your action whenever. If you delay, you can take your turn before someone else's turn when you're ready. You can say, I'm gonna go before right now, or
I will action cast. How many? Okay, this is a big question. How many Duergar are there?
from like they're still kind of coming out of this hallway. So far, you count 4. But it's
Okay,
but you
I'm
just
action blade ward myself.
okay.
And then I don't think I have a bonus action I would use in this particular case. But then I'm gonna try and like hide if possible. If I'm like out
Hide.
in the wind where-
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna give you some options here. There's definitely like under the stairwell. That's one of the easiest, best, is to get under the stairwell. Especially know that they're coming down the stairwell. You can kind of just hop over and under and probably be shielded from their sight pretty well. You could go to the other stairwell and under, which still gives you a chance to peek out and see them coming across maybe down the opposite stairs, but you have a little bit more risk in that one.
Is this a trick to make me use my spells? Well, I can't even use a second level spell even if I wanted to, so no misty step. So I blade warded. I will
Decisions.
Go under the stairs?
Well, yeah, they're both under the stairs. Do you want riskier or safer? Decisions.
I'll do riskier.
Riskier. All right. Go ahead and give me that stealth check. You're not in full armor or anything, are you? You're not in heavy armor, are you?
No, I don't even think I wear normal heavy armor anyway. Yeah, I'm not like disadvantaged or anything. But I just have something.
This music's really building up for this
Risky
sneaking.
decisions. Okay, now I gotta.
Okay. Okay.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? 16?
Yep. And that's with my Bacchus Bless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 16.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. That is the end of your turn. Miss Vesta.
Hello.
Hello.
I still have flaming sphere.
Yes, you do.
But
Although, did it require a concentration check?
Oh, good question. Yes, it does.
Because the damage you took.
has to make so many checks.
I know. Every turn I roll like 18 checks.
Oh yeah, it's your turn. Actually, I need a Constitution saving throw as well. Thanks.
Why did you
Thanks,
remind
Andy.
him?
Yeah, no, thanks. I forgot your. Okay, just to remind the audience, currently, Vesta's arms disappearing beyond her clothing on both sides have taken on a black, ashy appearance with veins of molten kind of just appearing throughout her skin. Her flame sword is still out. No concentration.
No, it's not. Oh, yeah. You
it
said didn't
is.
just.
Yep. No concentration check needed there. But I do need it for the flaming sphere.
What would you like first? Constitution saving throw? And then say the saving.
Wait. Yeah. Give me the Constitution saving throw first. Yeah.
For the spell?
No. For
the-
the one
for
I
the-
have every round.
Yeah. Well. D4s. Constitution saving throw 19 plus.
Damn. You haven't rolled under 20 yet. Maybe
23.
once. The wisdom save you rolled under 20. The con save you've not rolled under 20. You
She's
still
got high armor.
Dude, I put so much into my constitution. I
mean, you are constantly fighting this. You don't even know what you're fighting. You're pushing. You're pushing with your mind. You're pushing with your muscles. You're holding something back. Somehow. Now,
Okay.
so now give me the concentration check. Check. Yeah.
That's a 6. Well, what did I?
So the damage you would, I'm hoping you can backtrack the damage. If not, I might be able to find it. But from like your max, because I don't think you took damage before. Oh, it's right here. Is it? No, that's the knights.
Well, let's see. Hold on. Let me get a calculator. Backwards math is hard. I was at 54 minus. I think it was like 25 points.
25 points. So that would be 12 is the DC.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 16. Do I?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
You just have to beat a 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the flaming sphere is
Okay.
still up.
Wonderful. I think. Let me just double check that flaming sphere is bonus action to move. It is. Great. Okay. Bonus action. Move the flaming sphere over to the giant Duergar. Duergar. And move the flaming sphere back over to giant
Okay,
scary person.
because-
I don't care if it hits Lord Havesh.
Well, I know
as
you don't
general.
care. Do you want it to avoid it? Do you? It's
If there's
really
an
like
option to
it's
not.
really easy to avoid Lord Havesh by going up. Like, up. This giant is a giant. Do you want to do that though?
I want to know what she wants.
I know. I
Or
don't know
does
if
it?
she wants to.
I'm gonna let it hit him.
All right. All right. As it goes by him, you see him look back, kind of with like a wicked grin, and he quickly incants something, and like through his open hand, you see an energy kind of like fan out in this orange, as he like seems to absorb the fire damage. But go ahead and roll it.
Well, no, they need to make a saving throw.
Oh, cool. We'll do that first then. Ooh. Dex? Dex, right?
Yes, Dex.
Dexterity. Whoa. Let me bring him up real quick. Lord Ulcerin Havesh.
Is this?
Also,
Oh.
Come on, please. Any day now, please. I like how I'm asking a lot of my internet to be quickly when I'm like streaming and all the things. There he is. Okay. Dexterity saving throw. He's gonna use a legendary reaction,
Okay.
so he does not get hit. Or is it half damage? No, probably not,
says-
right?
It's half damage on a successful one. But it also says if you ram the spear into a creature, that the creature must make the saving throw against the sphere's damage, and the sphere stops moving.
And is that what you want to do to the big giant? Just ram it straight
Yeah.
into him?
Yep.
Yeah. That works, and you still kind of like try to sweep it past Lord Havesh, but you notice him dodge out of the way, and the little residual heat doesn't seem to really affect him much.
Great. I'm just gonna shrug and be like, "Oops,
Oops.
I don't have control."
I'm on fire.
That's 2d6. Can I roll that now, or?
Yeah, go ahead, but I also, just because you said it, I want to either persuasion or deception check for that. I don't have control.
Okay.
Because, you know.
Don't forget you're inspired. Just so you know.
Yeah, we're gonna need it, because guess who just rolled a 2?
Ooh.
Never roll low. Oop, that is another d20 that I just rolled. Oops, don't look at that.
D8. If you want. Well. But
Oh no, I don't have my inspiration anymore. I used it, remember?
Oh, I thought you used it but didn't need to use it. Like you
No, I used it. I used it and it was clutch.
Okay, my bad. Perfect.
Heath, was it
1183, thank you for the subscription.
Yo.
Appreciate you, bud. Yeah, that's what he said.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Coinky
Speak your
dink.
language, Steve.
Yeah.
Deception or
Well, see, that I mean,
persuasion?
this is up to you, because there's you know, not everything's black and white all the time, right? There's a little truth to the fact that
It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference because the addition is the same. It would be a 14.
All right. You'll see if and how he reacts. Okay, so now your damage for the sphere against the giant. Damage for the sphere against the giant. Damage for the sphere against the giant.
It is 4 points of damage.
Miss Vesta. How
Yeah.
many dice did you roll?
2.
2? Go ahead and roll another 2.
That's what I've been waiting for all 3 sessions. That is another 4 points of damage.
Cool. Good job.
Thank you. Now for my action, I would like to take the flame blade that is still attached to my arm.
Sure
I
is.
just watched Shang-Chi last night, and you know the guy, the evil Romanian who has the sword for arm. Now that is what I'm picturing. So, take flame blade and giant.
Cool.
20. Mother effer math.
It's okay.
20.
20 hits. 20 hits. 20 hits.
Thank you.
You're
Okay,
good.
okay. Thank you for taking me out of my misery.
Luck and inspo for Vesta from Tig.
Nice.
Thank you, Tig. I need it. I just attacked our boss.
What's the damage on this?
8 points
No,
of
I mean,
fire damage.
what's the dice roll?
It's D6.
How many?
3d6.
3d6. Go ahead and make
Well-
it 5d6.
Actually, hold please.
Ooh. Ooh, what is
Is
happening?
it 3d6?
Ooh, what is happening?
Did I cast this on? I don't remember. Oh yeah, 3d6. 5d6?
5d6.
Okay, I picked up my dice. I already forgot what I said. Should I just roll it all again?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. Ooh. 20 points of damage.
Ooh, there
Very
we. That's
nice.
that's a thing. That's a thing. All right. As you strike, this magma blade basically just goes straight through the iron plate that's acting as like the calf guard of this giant, and you just hear there's like a flash that kind of emanates like a welder's torch as this blade just shink into the metal. The giant lets out a howl of pain as you can hear beyond like the sizzling of metal, you can hear the sizzling of flesh underneath. Anything else, Mr. Vesta?
Yes and no. 2 questions. 1, inspo from our lovely viewers is a D8, correct?
D6.
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 Okay, even better.
What?
Because on my D6s, I have dice that are red with gold flakes in it, and it looks like magma. And I don't have one for a D8.
Bacchus,
Okay,
I didn't know if you heard,
thanks,
but the bless you gave this group because it was for the combat is still in effect. They are blessed upon blessed. It's hashtag blessed all up in here.
Hashtag blast.
Hashtag
So
blessed.
excited. 2, my last instructions to my flame spirit, which I will give a name eventually, were to attack. So,
Oh, yeah.
but the
nine
last
tails
turn,
thing.
it was following me out. So would it still be attacking, or would it still just be kind of like hanging out until I give it another command? Because it was following me out last time. It didn't attack anything.
No, I believe like if this is really a mechanic of it, and it is because this is a beast shape for you, basically, right? Like
Yeah.
So I think that if you commanded it to attack, it sees you. It's smart enough to see you engaged with an enemy. It would attack the enemy that you're attacking.
Okay. So I'm gonna have it attack. Sorry, I don't know why I like keep a giant bite of a mozzarella stick right as I.
It's
Combat
cool.
makes her hungry.
If we were all sitting around a table playing the game, that's exactly what I would expect to happen.
I am nothing if not chaos incarnate. Okay.
I believe it.
Yeah. Okay, so I would love to attack.
The
And
fireball whips out from the tail of your little nine-tail firefox.
and that's an attack. That might not hit. I don't remember what my addition is. Is it my own? Hello. Spell attack modifier. 11. That
What?
definitely hits.
11's is the total?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that does hit the giant.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a giant.
I love it. I love it. That's a
It's
D.
giant.
Yes, your fire spirit doesn't seem to be affected with whatever is currently happening to you.
Okay. Well, that is 8 points of damage.
Damage. Okay, at this point, I would like the group to give me a collective perception check. And Envy, if you don't mind, or Stacks, if you don't mind rolling for... I can roll for... You know what? I can roll for Clive. I can do that. And then I'm going to go down the line here in a second once I roll for Calliope here. She has... Oh, not bad. Okay. Vesta.
Natural 20.
Very
Natural
nice.
20
Very
on my
nice.
Scanlan dice.
Lupin.
Is this a triple bless thing we roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Triple blessed.
So with triple bless, 29?
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Inside the tank.
You really find it cool, Colin?
Wait. No, you are inside the tank. Yes. Sorry, John. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. You are.
So I don't get triple bless?
You don't get you don't get to make this check.
Okay.
Yeah. Shay.
I forgot to say, with my natural 20, that's a 39.
because blessed on blessed.
That's insanity.
The writing on the screen. It might just be my internet tonight. There's not much I can.
I can see it on my end if I'm watching.
Not just on the Roll20 screen, right? The actual like player panels and stuff. Is that Bacchus? Is it like everything across the board?
It looks okay on my iPad.
But I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like it's all kind of small. Oh, whoa, that was kind of weird. We'll take a look at it here in a second. I did want to say. Okay. Wait. Sorry, Shay.
Yeah.
What did you say? What was your perception?
You didn't.
You didn't.
You
No,
didn't
the
ask me to
group.
do anything.
Group perception check.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How
It's
did
okay.
I miss that? I would love to roll. Absolutely.
While she's rolling stacks, what did you get for Envy? Oh, you're not
I'm
even
inside
out
the
there.
building.
You're right.
I was
Gosh,
like,
man.
wait a second.
Oh, and I get to roll.
It's not
No,
a
you said
group. I said
everyone.
Yours.
It's not everyone. It's not a group
Ah,
check
where's
at
my
all.
D4?
It is those kind of engaged. Where's Shay?
Dax is living his best life. Still in the building.
Shay gets it. Shay, Calliope, and Vesta, and Buck. I mean, yeah. Is Buck?
No, but
21.
21. Okay, you guys, even outside, Vesta, y'all did good. As like your fire attacks have laid into this giant, you notice that aside from the several large gashes with the remnants of this like bluish energy and this shrinking texture of skin around where these gashes occur, which you saw happen when Lord Janarin, High Lord Janarin, striked this giant. You see it that his sword, his greatsword, has that same blue glowing energy all around it, kind of crackling and popping. And you're realizing as your flame attacks are hitting, this giant still has quite a bit of health left. Like, for these 3 people out here attacking this thing, you thought it would be a little bit more worn down.
with my 39 perception check, can I tell what kind of blue crackling energy that is?
It would require you to make an Arcana check on top.
Great. Let's see what happens. I am stellar at Arcana.
But you're blessed and stellar.
Oh shit. I was talking mad shit, but I got a 19. So hold on. Plus 21.
This combat, y'all are not only like performing at peak aptitude, but your minds are also just like on top of
34.
everything. Jeez Louises. All right.
The druid knows a bunch of shit about Arcana.
Well, you know, I would say that where this roots, where the like, God, where would this? I know you, Vesta. Where would this come from? It's not about giants that you know this attribute. It's more about you were learning. I'm not gonna say how and when, but you were learning about magic things in general and how magic works. And your teacher at the time, you remember it very vividly. You were a young girl. You were out in the forest. Your teacher at the time was talking about some of the basic elements of magic, like elemental magic. You know, it's fire, creating fire, controlling fire, water, you know, those can all be imbued into and like applied to a lot of different things. However, there are some like specific enchantments you can do, especially for weapons, that instead of like imbuing a magic or calling forth a damaging magic, it's more about taking away. It's more about magic that is focused for a specific type of enemy.
Okay. I see.
That's what you get.
After all of that, she's still gonna attack with fire.
Okay. You already did your fight.
Yeah, no, my turn is over.
Yeah. Okay. It is the Duergar turn. Okay, so several things are going to happen here. The driver is blind. He doesn't get extra saves, does he? He's blind. I mean, he's just blind. Is that right?
At the end of his turn, he gets to do a save. I believe,
Okay,
and I'll
cool,
confirm.
cool.
Yeah, so he's blind at least this time.
You notice that, or it would be John that you notice. Lupin notices that, like, you see this like cloud of dark energy around this figure's eyes, and he's acting in a way that you know you're able to put two and two together, that there's something obstructing his sight, and you see him like he's still dry. Like what he's been doing the whole time is like shifting in reverse, shifting forward, turning the wheels. You feel this contraption still kind of moving back and forth, trying to get unstuck. The other two, one of them, the one that had the lever for the flamethrower is that one, but it's not their turn. So you notice that this one grabs a hand axe at its side and strikes out 2 attacks at, one attack each at Lupin and his Echo. So the one against Lupin's at disadvantage, right?
Correct.
War pick. Actually, it's not an axe, it's a pick. Melee weapon, boom. So what is that? That is a 7.
Mighty 7.
Yep.
No.
All right, and then to your Echo. Can he hit your Echo? An 11?
Nope. 17.
Okay, well, they're struggle bussing. The other one, man, they have to. He's gonna drop and he's gonna take 2 stripes at Lupin's Echo. Yep. They put their guns are now on the floor of the vehicle because they both have decided to strike out. So it's a 19 and 17. Oh, would the 19 actually get rid of the Echo?
19 would.
All right. Echo go away. He's going to take a step forward. And then does the 17 hit you?
No, 19.
Okay. Well, he strikes at you, but you are in your element, kind of backed against the shadows. You can feel your cloak distorting your view in this corner, and it's definitely working. Well, I mean, that time it didn't. You know, it's still working. And then on the inside, so what's going to happen is they're going to make like some checks here to see if they see Mr. Stacks. They make their way down the stairs. They're not very fast. They seem to, like, they're trying to move. You can tell they're trying to move quickly, but they are encumbered at this moment. They use all of this round to quickly get down the stairs, and they start piling up their gatherings, like, on the inside of this doorway, and they seem to be now grabbing axes and shields and javelins, preparing to go out. And even though they're at the end of the round, one of them seems to be leading this little group. Right as he looks out the door, he looks back to address one of the Duergar, and his eyes go over the head and catches sight with you as you are peeking out, looking at this. And you see him register for a second. You don't speak Undercommon, do you?
No, I just speak the regular kind.
The regular common. So like this jarbled mess of like things that sound like words but aren't quite words. A command is giving. Incoming raid.
And Colin, you have a D6 for the Duergar.
Do I?
The
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh, I have luck and inspo. Do the
Take
Duergar.
the
Do
Duergar.
both. Inspo for the Duergar. Okay, he's keeping that luck for summer. So inspo for the Duergar. I used all my rolls given to me the last combat that I had him.
Can somebody clarify? Because that was what group saw
There it
Envy?
is.
The ones inside.
The ones
Inside group
inside.
is
There's a
not,
group
yeah.
inside this
Okay.
foyer in the stairway coming down.
Okay.
Lord Gosumbo, thank you
no.
for the raid. Welcome
Ow,
to
hello.
Chaos. We are at the session 3 of a battle with Duergar, a Duergar giant, and a Duergar war tank. Welcome in! Exclamation giveaway to enter our giveaway that we'll be doing soon
Exclamation
after our break.
critical.
Sorry, thank you. Giveaway is not going to do anything for you. Exclamation critical
will do it.
will. Awesome, guys. Welcome in. I hope your game was good. Let's go. Duergar. So, That's their turn, though. So I'm going to position them on this map, just for you guys to know. They are on the inside. You notice, though, one extra one did come down with the group that hadn't cleared the hallway yet when you saw Indy. So it makes a total of 5 that are kind of like right here on the inside of this doorway, preparing to engage. That is the Duergar's turn. Calliope.
Calliope will run to the left side of Lord Dunarin to get out of the range of the fire flame spear.
Okay.
And then attack from the bottom the larger Duergar.
Duergar giant.
First one with the
Duergar.
great axe. 14 plus. 16. 20. How many times is Calliope blessed? 3 times?
I don't think
Wait,
she
is she with
has. I don't see her with the circle around. With
I think
one
it's
of the
twice.
blessed. I think she's twice blessed.
Okay.
Once, twice, 3 times blessed.
Dirty 20.
That's dirty. That's gonna hit. Yep, for sure. For surezies.
The first one. Oh wait, it's a strength base too. Okay. 16 points
Of damage. That's with the 2 of rage.
Slashing. Yeah, with the 2 of rage.
16. All right, so the first one, y'all notice Calliope, as she postures up next to kind of like, she stands up full height. Sometimes she kind of isn't really like, she's not slouched over, but you see her now like impressively standing proud next to this High Lord Janarin, and she takes her axe, and right where he's been kind of like going for this ankle spot in front of him, she kind of sees an exposed spot, and you hear this like bone sound as her axe digs into what you can imagine is like the ankle bone of this giant. A sickening crunch. I believe there should be another one.
Yes, and then using that momentum, she'll like swing the blade and then come back up, right back through the attack that she just struck. So. Got! Uh, 10 to hit.
Beats it. That is its armor class.
Did you say 10?
Yeah, I rolled a 7 on the die. It was bad.
Oh wait. Oh no, that's not right. Come on.
With
Roll
bless?
20. Roll
I've
20.
been forgetting
screaming.
to add her plus to hit as well, so it was higher than 10.
Good.
It would've
Yeah.
been 16.
Because the AC is higher than 10. Roll 20 sometimes does that, where it like resets the AC back down to 10. It's weird.
That one will be 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 points of the
Slashing damage. Yep. So again, this time she kind of, as she comes back around for another swing, she flattens the blade out, and there's this like sickening slice as she basically like fillets a bit of flesh off of this ankle, and it kind of sickeningly flies a little bit off to the side and kind of on the ground. And this, yeah, it's not pretty, but this, he's got very thick, rough skin.
And you said her rage is still going.
Her rage is still going. Yep.
Okay. I think I'll end it there.
All right. Buck. Bring up his character sheet real quick. Buck, he loves his positioning. Not really looking to move much, but he's just gonna let some. Spells fly. Where'd you go, bro? Where'd you go?
Where did you go now?
Where did you go?
Where did you go now?
Cotton Eye Joe. Is that gonna get us in trouble?
No, because it's
How
A,
much
off
did you
key.
sing of it?
It's off key, and B.
All right,
You can sing it,
he's got a 3rd level left. He's got 3rd levels.
Even Shazam wouldn't have got us on.
No, he's not gonna do that. All right, how many? I'm sorry, I'm looking to see how many sorcery points he has left. He still has some sorcery. He's gonna hold on to them though in case he needs another spell. So, yeah, he's doing a 3rd level spell. He's gonna do. Yeah, he's gonna do Ray of Sickness on the giant. Yep. So this is
He's
a plus
inspired,
6.
just as a reminder.
Okay. He doesn't need it. He does not need it. For 18 poison damage.
Poison.
18 poison damage, which I don't think this guy. No. He can take poison damage. So you see this green sickly magic energy erupt from Buck's hands, which flies like a dart and kind of hits right on the left shoulder of this giant. And as it does, it covers the armor, and you immediately start to see the steam as this acid-like substance seeps through. And then as it does, you see the flesh around it start to turn black through the veins for a second as it courses into its skin. That's good. The giant is like, now you're noticing that like all your attacks are hitting and they're doing damage, and you start to like, you're starting to see like them adding up here and there. He's taken quite a bit of damage. The High Lord, seeing this now giant definitely out of his element, surrounded by enemies, knowing that he has a good chance, he as the giant swings this massive what does he have? It's like a mace, Morning Star. He grabs on and gets carried up for a bit, and he does the thing again where once he kind of gets to the top, you see him disappear and come down in the back, and you hear as he drags. As he drags his greatsword down the back, and then like it kind of gets lodged in the back, and it leaves that blue energy crackling in that skin. You hear like this like weird sound, is like shriveling, dry, like something drying up and shriveling. And then he like it kind of gets stuck, and he pulls it out and does a flip. And as he does, he comes up and cuts under, like right, not crotch, but like back of the leg, right, like under the crotch. Where for another slice, as this dark red blood splurts out from the side, and again you hear this vacuous sound as the skin shrivels up around this strike, and of course he lands on his feet. The tank. All right, no fire, no hand cannon type fire. Lubin, do you... Okay. I'm going to regret this.
Oh.
Do you have a reaction?
Yeah.
The Duergar is going for the wheel that he pressed on to have the flamethrower go in a sweep around. I'm going to say that would draw an opportunity of attack if you wanted to use your reaction.
Sure.
Okay.
Rapier. Blammo. Ooh. That's a nat 20.
What?
All right. As his foot goes down, you just reactionarily take your rapier and aim for the like you see him going for it, and you aim for the same spot. Go ahead and roll damage. Welcome, Tabletop Misfits. Welcome to the chaos of Fabled 42. We are mid-combat with some Duergar in a war tank and a Duergar giant.
So wait, we do crits as you max the first die and then you roll a die, right?
You max the die and then you roll the die again. Yep. And then you add your
Okay.
modifiers normally.
Right. Okay. So that'd be 16.
16 hit. 16. Wait. Damage?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, crit damage. That's
No, I did nat 20
Yeah.
to hit, so 16
So
damage.
16
Yeah.
damage. Yeah. That's enough. He goes down. So you manage to stop the flamethrower from going out. as far as you can tell, the tank is done. It's kind of like, oh, but it's gonna try to move. It's gonna try to move. It's gonna try to move.
How? Isn't the driver blinded?
He's blinded, but driving, he can still, like, he's been trying to rock it back and forth. That's what he's still trying to do. He's trying to get it dislodged, and it's more of a feel thing than it is a vision thing.
Okay.
And then he just rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
My first crit in a good little while. Good little while, if I had to guess.
Glad it's on.
Well, he won't know what direction to go.
He
so
doesn't
that's
know.
good.
No, he doesn't know what direction to go. But you watch as, finally, as it's going forward, the wheels on this contraption bust over and gain traction on some port, and it is now out on the ledge, or this platform. Gith, you're not in it. I'm gonna move you for a second. And it's kind of turned a little bit and moved forward. And below, which I don't have drawn on the map, is there's a hole, a rather large hole, maybe like 10-foot diameter hole right there, coming out of the ground at a shallow angle from what you can see right now.
Can I perception check to see how he is piloting this tank?
Yeah, it's like there is an array of levers, and it seems like it's a lot of, like, there's a few wheels, but the wheels don't seem to be, like, you don't know if it's turning or if it's changing, like, pressure throughout. You just see several wheels he can turn, but then there's an array of levers that he seems to pull in combination. Like, he pulls 2 or 3, and the tank, like, is turning and moving in a direction, and then he'll pull 1, 2, 3, and it'll, change.
So I get that, but here's my goal. Seeing him do this and dislodge the tank, I want to study it so that eventually when I kill all these guys, I want to drive a tank.
Okay.
Don't hurt the tank.
So,
Watching
We don't
it
know
as
that.
it's going in combat is going to take some... it's going to take an action to really, like... unless you can think of some other way, but, like, if you really... Like, it's going to take you... You don't know how long this fight's going to go. Like, if you're going to take 6 seconds to watch this guy drive the tank as he's going out, that's an action, in my opinion.
okay, well then I guess I'll wait for my turn then.
Okay, go ahead and do a perception check. You can still have a bonus and movement if you want.
Is it my turn right now?
Oh, it's not your turn. No.
yeah. I
on
was,
your
I was
turn.
like,
On your
yeah, I was like, it's like
Yes.
just to
On
see
your
what he
turn
was
to do
doing because he was doing it. It's fine.
Shandias, I don't... Oh, yeah, this guy teleported away. She's going to use her movement, which I have. You can tell, like, as she's running up, she's like... She pulls up, instead of closing the distance the entire way, she pulls a javelin off her back. 2 of them. Just 1, 2 with the javelin throws. Holy sh... Okay, this die is rolling well. One of the first javelin, like, goes into the side, and you can tell, like, it hit, but it didn't do a lot. But the second one went right up, and for some reason, that one, whatever it hit was more vital. It definitely wasn't just, like, skin and thick hide. It pierced through maybe kidney, maybe liver, something, like, right here in the torso. But definitely got a harder hit the second time around. This giant is starting to show signs of weakness. That is her turn. Lupin.
Okay, so first things first. I'm gonna move there. Bonus action. I'll throw my echo into the blank spot here.
Okay, go ahead and give me that D1 hundo.
100.
Blah. Ah.
72.
72. All right. Another form of yourself apparates next to you. Across from you.
Cool. And because the dude's blinded, I am going to
I didn't roll
attack.
I didn't roll his chance to save at the end of his turn, did I?
I don't know. Because you were doing a couple of saves for them, so he needs to make a Constitution save.
I already did his turn as if he's blind. I'll say that was a fail. And then next turn he'll get. Okay, so what are you doing?
I'll attack, but I'll also unleash my incarnation to have my shadow attack with me. So we're both going to attack the blinded dude with advantage, because I assume that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I guess I'll me form go first.
Okay. Oh.
Alright, so that's 1. Oh. Buttons. Okay, so I had a 13 and another 20.
All right,
So-
the 13 does miss.
Well, no,
you-
no.
Oh.
I have advantage.
Oh,
don't I?
yeah. Sorry. I thought those were your 2 attacks.
No,
Yes,
no.
the 20 hits.
Yeah, 13 and 20.
And
So,
crit. Gosh,
crit.
there's some crits
Crit.
flying all around tonight.
It's
I
crit.
mean, you can
It's critness.
You can watch
Oh,
I'm
this beyond. Like,
yeah.
I don't think that's copyright.
No, but I was just like, if you know.
Yeah. We
okay,
know.
so max would be so 14 plus some things. Let's see. 23 plus another 24 damage from me.
Okay.
And then my Echo, let's see how he does.
I want to clarify something real quick. You chose not to use your action to study the tank, right?
Correct. I just want to kill the guy that's driving the tank.
Okay.
It'll come study time later. So
I feel like
first
that
one
was
is
a very
13.
pointed question.
Like it's a pop
So-
quiz now.
18 plus my 8, so 26, and that's not without bless. So I assume I hit him with my Echo.
Yes. How much was the first damage?
24.
24.
Points
All
of-
right.
I would think.
Second one is 10.
All right. So this driver, you see him. He doesn't really know what the threat is behind him. He's been focusing on getting this contraption unstuck. So as he pulls that last combination of levers that causes it to bounce up, he turns. You see the black haze around his eyes, and he, in a language you don't understand, seems to be shouting to the people in. And as he's going, you just quickly lunge forward, and the blade comes up into his mouth, and you quickly retract it, getting ready for a second hit. And he looks at you confused for a second, taking in this like massive amount of damage that you just gave to him. And then you see a swift as your shadow has a blade that just comes horizontally in his head, just down.
Cool. Be my tank soon.
Tank filling up with dead bodies.
I would hose it
know,
down. I would
they-
hose it down maybe like when.
Well, but for now, it's like, it's slippery in there. I'm assuming. It's like,
Gooping up the controls.
Alright, that's me.
the fur, Lupin's fur is getting all matted.
Actually, sorry. I am going to post up here. So now, wait. I'm standing on the flame activation?
You are standing on the flame activation. Not
Are
on
the
it,
controls-
but like.
Right.
Yeah.
Is my Echo on the controls, or would this be the controls?
That's the controls.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah. We'll do that.
Okay. End of turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, guys. This is one round, right? Because I feel like. Is this 2 rounds or one? This is one round.
Just one.
One round.
One round. All right. The Gith Knight here, he is in a conundrum. He doesn't really want to engage that giant. He doesn't see the people over there. And this tank, like he kind of saw you get in there. He's seen stuff happening on the inside. And then like now it's not even moving. It like popped up, got free, and is now stopped like idling. Man, what is he gonna do? Honestly, he's gonna climb up it and try to like. He's gonna try to open it from the top. He's gonna try to get in. I'm gonna give him a perception check as an action. Really, it's pretty good. You hear this clanking sound as you look up on the top. It does seem like there is a way to enter from the top that potentially could be locked, and it seems like something is trying to be moved and seems to be like trying to be unlocked or opened. The giant. My poor baby.
Your poor baby.
My poor baby.
My poor baby. Big poor baby.
Make a baby.
Okay. I have to look up one thing real quick. Uno más por favor. That's not right. Yeah. How big? 20-foot radius, 40-foot diameter sphere. What does it take to cast? An action. All right. The giant reaches out his hand and mutters something in a language they all don't understand. And over near the tank, seemingly coming from the ground, you start seeing this dense, thick fog forming around this rather large opening in the ground. So we're going to do it like a grayish color. I don't know if that's exact, but we're going to go with... Oh, gosh, I don't want another one. I've gotten worse and worse at drawing things on Roll20, John. I don't know about you. Is there an easy way to select them once you've drawn?
I mean, once you draw it, you should just be able to highlight it and move it. Can't
But
you?
you can't highlight anything else.
Right. Yes.
And now it's not moving. It won't move. Why?
Do you have the right tool? Like selected? Is that the right layer?
It's on the right layer. You can see. I can delete it, I bet. I just can't select it.
Well,
All right,
if you can
guys.
select it to delete it. You should
We're going to
delete it.
use Theater of the Mind a little bit. Because this is... I don't want to be dealing with this right now. Maybe I'll drop before we come back. There is now a 20-foot radius fog cloud that has obstructed the view of the tank and those around it. So that...
No!
But it's not out here, and the giant turns back and lets out a yell as he continues to try to stand up and fight against the creatures around him. Lord Havesh is going to strike 3 times. The first one hits and connects as you see the flaming sword streak across the ankle of this beast, and it lets out a roar. However, the next 2 attacks seem to clang off the armor and not really take much purchase.
Do you know how to do it? I can tell you really quick.
Okay.
Right-click on the guy that has the aura. Go to the cogwheel. And then scroll down, token aura, and then do it in circle feet.
But it's not centered on him.
Oh.
It's not an aura, it's a spell with a range of 120 feet. So I was trying to just draw the shape as a circle.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. I don't know why. That's their turn. Shay, top of the round. Let's, though... What? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, before we start, I wanted to let you know that Bacchus kindly bought a layer effect.
Yeah, he
so,
did.
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just wanted to throw that in there before you got too far, in case you
You're
wanted
one.
to.
Yeah. That
You
must have been
want
from another event, but I was the
layer
one
effects.
that made that event, so I'm gonna make a layer effect, and it's gonna be...
Yeah.
It'll be spot on. And hey, it's the top of round when a layer event would happen.
That's
So-
why I wanted to tell you now.
Okay.
All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go on break, guys. 10 minutes max. 10 minutes. We're gonna go get new drinks, take a breath of fresh air. We will be back 10 minutes, and then we will do our first giveaway of the night. which G-Dubs is here. I don't know is dice or if it is goodies from Griffin Co. So
Griffin
stick
Co.
around. We will be right back, guys. This fight is still going. And hey, layer effect coming up. We'll be back in just 10 minutes time. Bye.
Don't leave.
Don't leave.
Messing with us.
I am hello.
He just doesn't want us to yell inappropriate things again.
I hope everyone's still here from the giveaway. We're going to do that right now. And while I'm doing this, Bacchus, I would like for you either to roll or just pick a number between 1 and 4.
Oh!
The Nordic Geek, congrats on the dice giveaway. You know where to find me in the Discord. Let me know. We'll get those out to you. What do we got here from Mr. Bacchus? Mr.
I'm not even
Bacchus?
gonna try and plan anything.
If he does it, if he's not here at this moment, then I will roll for him. But we're gonna get started with what it is. So, 1 through 4, Bacchus. Mr. Bacchus calling Bacchus.
Mr. Bacchus, 1, 2, 3. Calling Mr. Bacchus, 1, 2, 3. Pick up, please, sir.
Please press 400 on a courtesy phone.
He is here.
Number between 1 and 4. This is to choose the layer effect. You can roll it. You can just choose it. I thought of a few, so that's awesome. So at the top of the round, in the fog, you hear a... Wait. No, this is important. Yes, there is one Duergar left alive, right? There is. Right? Yeah, he's still alive. Cool. You hear this clicking noise, and you hear like the sound of some panels on the outside falling, and there's a loud boom as from the fog appears a spray of pellets, metal pellets, shooting in seemingly random fashion out towards the castle. I need Calliope, Janarin, Havesh, Shandias, Vesta, and Vesta's pet to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh shit. I love a layer action.
Is that me rolling for Calliope?
Yes.
Okay. She has a +1.
Sorry, that was a very aggressive yes.
Yes!
And saving throws are affected by bless.
They are. Yep.
Damn.
Calliope got a 22.
22. What were you saying, Vesta?
I got a 29,
Jeez.
and my fire spirit got a 9.
Yeah. So your fire spirit and anyone else that failed, but I got to roll for a few of these Githyankies.
Why have you abandoned
Oh wow! Another crit.
Well, because my last
Another
fire spirit is
crit.
not also quadruple blessed.
If you failed, you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, piercing damage. What are bullets? Piercing damage? Piercing damage.
Yeah,
Piercing damage.
for sure.
And if you saved, you take 7 points of piercing damage.
So Calliope's raging, so that would be half.
Yes,
If you
3.
remove 3 from her.
I can.
So it's 14,
14 if you failed. Yep,
right? And 7 if you succeeded.
correct.
So this thing came from the tank.
Yes. You don't really know if it. You don't know what maybe activated it, but something happened, and it sounded like a panel fell away from the outside or something.
What I hear is I blame Lupin for shooting me.
You can do that.
We are at the top of the round at Shay. You are on the outside of this fog cloud.
Yes.
Outside looking in.
So she, of course, as usual, had much other plans, and then this giant fog cloud appeared, and then piercing ammunition coming from it, and it's got her all frazzled. Okay, so she's gonna move.
Did the giant take damage?
The giant
was
did
wondering
take
that, too.
damage. He sure did.
Oh, the giant on the end of his turn should have taken fire damage, and we didn't roll for that.
Go ahead and roll for it.
2d6?
3d6, right?
3d.
3d6.
Is that what? That's what you upped it to? Is it upped on this one too?
Yeah.
Well, 14 points of fire damage.
Ooh. This giant is looking pretty bad. Shay, it's still you though.
I know, I'm doing 25. Okay, she's gonna get there. And she can't see anything into the fog, so she's like, "Ah." She's gonna turn around and put her attention towards this clusterfuck over here. And she's going to put both of her fingers in her mouth and like do one of those whistles. And like this really high-pitched, really, really off-key, annoying, piercing sound towards this giant, and she's gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
Second level.
Okay.
I need it to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom. Man, my dice are on fire right now, guys. I hope this continues. Wisdom, that's a 25.
Oh.
25.
Okay, I think it still takes damage on a fail. Yeah, okay, yes, it does. On a failed save, 3d6, but it's actually 4d6 because I'm doing it.
Oh, the kitty cat.
Okay, let me get a bunch of d6s. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, and 4, because I'm doing it at... Oh no, I'm only doing... Yeah, second level or higher. I'm doing this at second level. Okay. Oh, that was a 1.
1, 2.
The 2, 6, 4, and 13 points of psychic damage.
Halved?
Through this.
Or that is half.
No, that was
Yeah. Okay.
that was on a fail. Let me just make sure.
That was
Yes,
on
of
fail.
course it is. I'm just yes, thank you.
So-
I'm confusing
so
myself.
6.
Yes,
6
half
points
of
of damage.
13.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. As the whistle, like you see it like taking in this big giant with a disgusted face, like scrunched up, like it's painful, turns to you and kind of yells, matching intensity of this whistle coming off, trying to like disrupt the frequency. But,
Finishing her little whistle, she just and she would like to real quick because she's now facing like her like how does Calliope and how does Vesta look? She wants to see what kind of condition visually do her friends look like they're in.
Calliope has taken a scratch or two. She seems to be in her prime.
Okay.
She seems pretty good.
Yes.
I look like I'm halfway to.
She
Death's
got hot.
Door.
Yeah, she got caught by a swing of this guy and probably
Yeah.
it frazzled her
Okay.
a little bit. Her
This
hair
is a DM question then,
Okay.
because Shay has already inspired Vesta with like in the last 5 minutes or something, and Vesta used up her inspiration, but would Shay know that she's used it up
that is a good
so that she
question.
could re-inspire her?
Yeah. That's a great question. It's
Like, is there something she'd feel, or
it's magic. Like I'm trying to make
Yeah.
if you try to think about it logically, about inspiration, then maybe not. But it's magic. It's magical inspiration. It is an effect that I feel like, just like other cantrips and stuff that most people say, that you can tell that your magic is still active.
Yeah, I'm connected to the magic that I cast, and maybe there would also be an effect. Like there's a lingering that gold.
Yes,
something.
I agree to that. There's like a lingering
Okay.
like little script of notes that you can see as a visual effect of someone who's blessed. I'm all for that.
Sweet. So after sticking your tongue out at the giant, who's still standing over behind him a little bit, because I'm assuming she'd still be able to see Vesta, even though, I feel like from that angle she'd still be able to see her. Hopefully, you agree. Mm-hmm. She'd like to just like give another little like wink over to Vesta, and just that wink inspire her.
The script just reappearing, maybe like just kind of just reappearing as it was dancing around her before the inspiring.
Yeah,
music
exactly.
notes,
like maybe just as it was leaving her, it like comes back.
Comes back.
Thing,
very cool. Very cool. Kind of forms back around her.
Is that a D8?
Unfailing.
Love it. I'm gonna use my
That is my turn. I do have more movement, but Shay's really not sure where. She hears stuff from the top of the stairs. She's got a giant in front of her, and there's this machine and a bunch of stuff going on here, so she's gonna stay put.
Cool. Envie.
So I'm making eye contact with just one of like the 4 or 5 Duergar that's in there. You said?
Yeah, you've caught the eye of one. He hasn't really alerted them, but he hasn't turned his gaze away from you. Now that he's seen you, he has his eyes on you.
Okay, we're just gonna have to drop him fast. I'm going to use my bonus action to sacrifice a first level spell to get 2 sorcery points back.
Okay.
So that's my last one there. Wait, no, not that one. Not that one! First level! Okay. Which will give me 2. Immediately going to burn a sorcery point to cast Inflict Wounds at a 30-foot range.
On the Duergar that's looking at you. Is that where this is
Yes.
going? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, inflict wounds by the cleric.
Give me a D100 roll, please.
Oh dear.
All the D100.
We're gonna make some room because it likes to bounce. Okay. 21.
21. Nope. Okay. Go ahead and does it act? Wait, it acts as a ranged touch attack? Is that what you?
For up to 30 feet.
Up to 30 feet.
So anyone that has a touch option or a spell that has touch gets shifted in the distance spell to 30 feet.
Go for it. Okay. So can you describe to people what this might look like?
So the first thing, it would have been not so much a snap, but like twisting of his fingers to burn that first level spell, which like the guy that he's making eye contact with would have just seemed like an arcane spark of energy just like dissipate, and immediately it like floods into his eyes, and like milk darkness sort of encompasses the whole parts of his visage, and he's just going to unleash that and I imagine it like it's creeping and like going across the ground and like licks up and attacks this Duergar.
Very nice.
And it's at 3rd level because that's my last spell slot.
Oh my god, no. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
shit.
big or go home. Okay.
For
Plus
the
8 to
viewers,
hit, but I'm blessed.
for the viewers in Envy to take note that none of the players are in visual range of Envy as he's doing this, as this is happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
So here we go.
I'm so worried about my
Okay. 18 plus 8 without bless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus another 3 with the bless. 5d10. I'm just gonna roll it because I don't think I have that many.
5d10?
At
Dude.
3rd level.
You did say go big or go home. But don't go home yet. You know, we want to hang out with Envy a little longer.
32 points.
Oh my gosh.
Of necrotic damage. Is he still up?
No.
Gonna like spin around and hide behind the stairs. He just died.
Okay, so you're not a rogue. So your action was
I'm
the
literally
spell.
just like moving my
so
movement
just
to like
motion,
get
but
out
you
of
don't
range.
actually get to sneak, right? Like
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
actually
yeah.
get to hide, but you're just trying to get out of range. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Vesta. Let me
Very
go ahead
brief.
and mark this guy dead.
I forgot to say that the damage that is done at the end of the giant's turn and Lord Havish's and whoever else is within the sphere, just Lord Havish and the giant, it's a dexterity saving throw for that damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What he rolled? What did he roll? Wisdom? Is that what you had?
You
to
didn't roll anything. I just rolled the damage. I
Oh,
forgot
okay.
to have you do a check.
Okay. We'll
It's a
we'll just
Dex.
do. Okay.
It's a Dex 15. Fail it.
The giant might. Dex of 15. Yeah. Giant did not save.
Okay, so that's 14 still. And Lord Havish, I'm assuming, moved out of the spheres. He'd be
Yes.
smart enough to move. Okay.
No.
Oh, it's toasty over here.
Actually, I don't think he did.
Hot.
He didn't. But it's on his turn that he would take the damage.
Yeah,
So
time
this-
to his turn.
Okay. So now it's a dex saving on his throw on his turn.
On
Right?
his. Yeah.
He did better. Yeah, he's a little bit better at this. He got an 18.
Okay, so he succeeded, but that's half damage, so
This is not okay. He already used his reaction, so this one does go through. You see it like burning at like you can see like his skin starting to singe, being in close proximity to this, and some of his hairs slipping away.
that'd be 12 points of damage halved to 6.
Okay.
Shay, remember these details for the next time you impersonate Lord Havish.
Oh. Oh. I've had plenty of time to study everybody now.
Mhm.
I'm going to just attack the giant again with my very, very cool flame blade.
Cool. First, give me that Constitution saving throw.
Yes, sir. Let's try. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Oh. Constitution saving throw. Just throw in some.
You're inspired and you're blessed.
Yep.
If you need it.
9. Dirty 20.
Go ahead and make your strike.
Okay, that's that is 13 plus 7, dirty 20 to hit,
It hits.
and
Go
that's
ahead.
3d6 that you said was 5d6.
Now it's 66.
66?
66 or 66?
Did you say 66 or
18,
6?
20, 22 points of fire damage.
All right. So, as you strike with this blade, those that can see, as the arm comes up and around, the blade flares as like spewing molten lava. I'm gonna mess up molten lava all the time, but spewing lava kind of curves with the strike and makes the blade even bigger, forming almost a scimitar as the wind pulls part of this flame blade back as the swipe comes through. It hits, and as the flame blade hits, it scorches and pulls against this giant's like calf muscle. And Vesta, you feel something you've never felt in your entire life. This is hot. This is too hot. For the first time, you are burning a little bit, and you take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay, I am resistant to fire damage.
Not in this instance. It's not a lot at first. It's ramping, but this is the first time your character has ever taken fire damage, and you don't know, like, you're confused. You don't understand it. Something's not right here.
Okay. Over the course of this, would I have noticed that Envy wasn't out here yet?
Yeah, you would notice that you haven't seen him outside yet.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to tell my wildfire spirit to go and find the foxman.
Okay, and that's a command that would come in. That happens on your turn, right? It would use its movement on the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and send your. You can control your fire spirit, I think.
For defense. It's.
Yeah.
By the way, don't just find him. Defend him.
Do you want to move him, or I'll just say.
I cannot move him. I am not on roll 20. It
Gotcha.
makes me angry on this computer.
Just that computer. You're like,
All
not
right. End of your turn. The Duergar. We're gonna start the ones at the top. Their de facto leader just died. Just
and if I can flavor that a bit,
yeah.
the inflict wounds kind of like goes inside of him, and his vision becomes foggy and dark, like Envy's vision was, as Envy's clears out when the spell connects.
So there is a. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I don't know if I can mute it in time. We talked about it, and so now it's not gonna happen.
Let's go! That's it, tight.
There's a moment as these 4 Duergar are staring at you. They heard their comrade fall. They turn. They see the dead body. Unfortunately, you're just not that well hidden right now. There's a moment where they kind of stop and see you, and they hesitate for a second. And then the first one, kind of up front, you hear there's a, and he goes invisible. And then his 3 other comrades behind, go invisible as well. And then you notice those bags that were on the ground. Something caused them to go invisible. And then you kind of hear footsteps leading out.
Outside the front?
Outside the front. One down here. So there's one left in the tank, right?
Yeah.
It hasn't been touched. He was just fighting you with axe or war pick and shield.
Pickaxe, yeah. Yep.
Can't
He's just
get
covered
out.
in blood and guts. And
Yeah, I
slippery.
mean he's in a death's cauldron.
So I guess here's my question: Is the gas or whatever in this area, is that giving any of us disadvantage or cover, or is it just we can see fine?
The fog cloud.
Yeah,
Is what
whatever.
you're referring to. I'm gonna say due to the design of this tank, it's foggy, but like there's a lot of moving parts and like whirring and stuff that the air inside kind of has kicked out some of the fog. Like there's a general flow of air like coming up from the bottom and going out, enough flow that you kind of like it's not as dense inside the tank.
So we can see each other.
You can see each other, yeah. He is
Cool.
going to strike out twice at you. First
Cool.
at disadvantage, right?
Correct.
That's I rolled a 20 and a 24.
Ooh.
So with a disadvantage, 20 would hit.
All right.
Does that make it a natural 20 still?
No, because it's a disadvantage now.
Yeah.
It was
Okay,
a,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So that's just
Like-
9 points of piercing damage for the first strike. The second one is a 16.
Wait. Is it 9 or 9 plus 8?
No, the 8 was if it was a critical because it was at advantage.
Ah, right, that's
Yeah.
right. Got it.
Mm-mm-mm.
And then the second attack is 16.
Miss.
All right. That Duergar is lost. He sees his fate in front of him. Calliope.
Oh. That's me in this case.
That's you.
That's you. Oh my god.
Is she still raging?
Yep. She's got like 2 rounds left.
Let's make them count.
Now, I will say this, and I'll let you all kind of hone in on this. She would be feeling right now this pull. She's been fighting back that divine rage that she has unleashed now. It is an option for her to slip into that second level rage if she just simply kind of lets go.
I feel
This
like
is a
that's
thing where she like heal everyone or heal people or something.
There is a there's a healing component to it.
Does she lose it if she doesn't use it within a certain amount of time?
Basically, how it works is it's a second level of rage that lasts only 3 rounds. So whenever you activate it, whether it be in the first round, but you have to be raging first. So
Has to be like an ultimate rage.
Yeah,
It's
kinda,
like
yeah.
next level
Next
rage.
level, it's Super Saiyan. Yeah.
Super. Okay. Okay.
Since that's like more based on Shri, I'm gonna save it because you said at least 2 more rounds, right?
At least 2 more rounds. I mean, she could always go into another
Okay.
rage too. She has more rages.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, as her rage kind of progresses towards the end of it, that it's a little bit harder and harder each time to kind of like push it back. It kind of put the push is stronger towards the end.
Okay. If possible, I'll try and hold off for Calliope to use that next round.
Okay.
Until next round.
Sure.
Just because I don't want to go too far into other people's characters. But she will attack. Does this... So, they've been attacking for a little bit. Has any of the areas seem more vulnerable than the other? Like, is this armor preventing good hits on the calves? Or is there, like, exposed parts?
There's not much exposed, but the skin you see at the exposed part too is also, it seems to be thicker and just resilient and difficult to really cause physical damage through. There are some heavy wounds here, but the more like most of the real damaging strikes seem to have that blue crackling energy still kind of present on them from High Lord Janarin.
Okay. If possible, either through flavor or just because, she will try and like pivot jump from like his leg to arm, and then get up to try and strike his exposed like head area.
Okay, sure. Yeah, just for kicks, do an athletics check. Yeah, but she has advantage on, I believe, because she's raging.
Oh yeah.
Raw.
22.
22. Yep, sure
Without
enough. She even
other things.
there's like one section where like the plate of his chest piece is he's tall and like there's less places for her to grab onto, but she sees this center strap and she takes her great axe as she's like made her way up to his hip. She uses it to latch on and pull herself up to the shoulder to get to where she wants to go. But yep, she's kind of like on top of this lumbering giant creature.
Okay. Okay. First attack. $22 to hit.
22 does hit.
Okay. 14 points.
Okay.
And then I guess come back in trying to hit the same area relative.
Sure. Just cross it out. Ching. Why can't I get the angle on this X to make it right? There it is. It's like when I'm mini painting. I don't know if y'all have seen my mini painting, but like to try to center my figure in the middle of the screen so someone can see it is always the hardest thing in the world.
Oh yeah, it's like a mirror thing.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Terrible.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Oh. 11 more points.
All right.
Oh, I thought it was to hit. I was like,
of slashing.
So as she gets up there on the shoulder, you watch one slice as she comes in the axe, and that her great axe head gets buried into the shoulder muscle of this beast. But she quickly heaves it back up, comes around, and just like chopping down a tree, comes back at an angle, and another flop of skin. She's literally like been skinning and like not membering because it's a giant. She's not getting appendages, but she's like removing mass from this giant by like her strikes. And sure enough, there's like a good like 50-pound chunk of shoulder muscle and flesh that kind of like flies away as she finishes her second strike. The giant goes to a knee. You can tell it is quite wounded.
And then from that, she will use the force from that second strike to like propel her back down to like where she is, like maybe to the left. Yeah, to the left of his foot, so that she's not actively on top of him still.
Perfect. Sounds good to me. Buck. Seeing the firefox run into the building, he kind of follows its path towards in his hiding spots, still defensive. And he runs in and he runs up to you and says, "Are you hurt? Are you okay? Can you keep going?"
Yes, there was invisible ones that just ran out. I think sounded like they went out the front.
He kind of looks around and says, "Well, out is good enough for me. There's still plenty out there. Let's go." He kind of like offers you like a hand.
I'm not the fastest fox.
Aw, that's cute. That was cute.
But he like offers you a hand and kind of pulls you out of, so you're kind of more out, ready to move whichever way you'd like to move.
Okay.
All right. The High Lord, as this giant kneels down, sees a chance to go for higher up on the leg just from where he is, and he's going for the back of the knee. Misses.
Get him while he's down. Does he count as prone?
Not quite prone, but definitely the AC is a little lower. What you guys see happen is the first strike hits metal, and you see visibly, you hear this like grunt of frustration. And he looks up again, and he notices like the same part like where Calliope hooked her axe. Like she must have wriggled free a little bit of the strap right there holding the armor on. And he sees an opening, so he jumps up and he takes his greatsword with like crazy strength and like swings it around where he's pointing it forward like a spearhead and jabs inward. And you see this sword like definitely magically enhanced action as it like the sharpness enhanced goes through just like thick skin and hide, but seamlessly goes all the way up to the hilt of this massive greatsword into the side of this giant. And the giant lets out a massive scream, blood-curdling scream, and he pulls it out. And the giant, still on one knee, is now hulking lower. You hear Havesh in a calm, collected voice say, "He's all yours. Finish him off, High Lord." And Janarn goes up to strike, but as he goes for seemingly a killing blow, this giant manages still to have enough wits about him to pull the weapon around and block the strike with the blade.
Dexterity saving throw.
On Janarn?
Oh, was that Janarn's turn?
Yeah, it was Janarn's turn.
Oh, okay. You said the giant at the very tail end, and I was like...
The tank has no one currently, like, operating it to any degree, so it doesn't have anything. Thanks, John. Thanks for just... I love that thing. Okay, Shandias,
Jacob.
Shandias starts to jog up as if for a finishing strike. And those who notice, it's kind of hidden, but you guys are kind of at this point where you're watching all these moves happen. You see Havesh turn towards her and kind of wave her off. And she holds up. Lupin.
Ooh. All right, let's
We all
kill the
saw
last
that?
one.
Everyone but Lupin and Indy. So Vesta,
Okay.
Calliope, and Shay saw that.
Okay. Okay. My last Unleashed incarnation. So me and my shade are going to attack the dude. Let's see if we can kill him. Alright, so without the extra like blesses, I get a 23 to hit.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Surely.
So
Don't
then
call me Shirley.
I need that. So 12. 14 damage from me. And then my last use of my incarnation. Check that box. Okay. Let's see how he does. Okay, 25 to hit.
Yes,
Oh.
it does.
6 damage.
60. What was the first damage?
I don't know.
14.
14.
There you go. Thanks.
6 is 20
welcome.
total. 20 total?
Yeah.
Yep. He's still standing. But both... Do you describe it? Is this like a coordinated strike like simultaneously? Or is this like a combo where like you go first and then it comes in? No one else is
I
going
would
to see
say
it but
combo.
us.
I'd say combo. I like that better.
Yeah. So you kind of go in low and you bring the shield down low and it draws your blade away, but as it you manage to nick like leg, like you weren't strike, like it definitely wasn't the main target of a strike, and that's where he went wrong. You managed to clip his leg, but you hear the sound of your echo's strike connecting in back shoulder as you drew him away from it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The giant. Does he cast a spell? Or does he just hit something? Okay. He's gonna stay with one knee in the ground. He's basically taking his large morning star and swiping out, like not really mobilizing, just kind of submitting. He's gonna go for High Lord Janarin and Calliope. So one each there. So Calliope, I'll do hers first. That is a 24 to hit. She's raging still. That's good. Man, that sucks. 11. No. 19 points of
Ooh.
piercing damage, halved because she's raging,
Right.
to 9 points of piercing damage. All right, let's see if he can hit the High Lord. Oh my God! I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
So you watch as after striking Calliope, he goes to stride out at the High Lord, but the High Lord takes his sword, and you see he seems to have some kind of connection to it, and the blue energy in the sword flares up, and as the strike comes across, all of those scars that this weapon made kind of like tense up and shrivel up, and his form comes in and he pulls the strike short. Lord Havesh, weapon down.
Weapon down?
Oh wait, it is not taking any action at this moment.
The giant has to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Can we like make a perception, like an insight into why he would be doing that?
On your turn, yeah.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw for the giant.
Yes.
It's not great. That's a 10.
Okay, that is how many d6?
For your sphere.
Yeah.
How many is it normally? 2? 3?
2.
2?
Old place.
So
I'm
now-
looking. Yeah, 2.
Now it's 4.
Down. Finally going down.
16 points of fire damage.
Ooh, okay. So this time, this giant, as it cramped its muscles, its back tensed up too, and it reaches up, and y'all watch as the dark, pitch black sky goes a little orange for a second, as the hair and beard of this giant managed to get ignited. You and
Nice.
your built beard killer, right? Ignited from the flame of the flaming spear.
Love it.
He looks real bad. It doesn't
But
look
he's
like
still
he
up?
can. He's still up, but
Ugh.
he is. You don't even know if he could move voluntarily at this moment. He looks real bad.
He's living purely out of spite.
Shay.
I think more because Lord Havesh is letting him. So, or something weird.
He's probably
He's
letting
gonna-
like the
She's
High Lord
gonna
get the
very,
killing
like-
blow.
What?
He's probably letting the High Lord get the killing blow.
Well, that's what I was thinking, but like, that's what Chelsea was thinking. So let's see what Shay was thinking. She'd like to do a quick perception roll on, like, to gain some insight onto what's going on with Lord Havesh.
You want to do a perception check to gain some insight on.
You know, she's looking
Right.
to gain. I know.
You know-
You mechanically don't. Whatever I said.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
right.
the flaming beard of the Duergar, you don't have to make the perception check. Just give me the insight check.
Come on, dice. Come on, dice. Ooh, not bad. That is not bad. Okay, but what is my... I don't think I have a high insight. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah. Looking at Horde wow. That, yeah, cool. Lord Havesh, and kind of also, like, it's not... You're not only getting information from Lord Havesh, you're getting information from his interaction with Shundias as she pulls up next to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It comes off very clearly with the intent that John mentioned, that
Okay.
he wants Lord. It seems like he wants Lord Jannarin to get the killing blow.
Okay.
You are able to gather that, yeah.
Okay. Not making it look like she looked at them. She's or like was like checking him out or whatever. Shay's gonna pull out her rapier. Be like, you guys haven't finished this already? And go to attack the giant.
Okay.
I have really shitty. I'm a bard. I don't have like high. It'd be so cool if you take this giant down now. That's 19 to hit.
19 to hit is a hit.
Okay. Let's see. I gotta find myself a D8 here. This D8. Yeah, we'll do purple. Because Shay's all about purple. Okay.
What modifier do you add to this? Just out of curiosity.
My modifier is only a +3. I think that's just probably my dex.
Okay. What did you roll?
So it was a 4 + 3 for a total of 7. Whatever piercing damage. Yeah.
You had the potential.
No. Oh wait,
Wait,
I
what?
did add less. I didn't.
Not to
that would
damage,
only be
not to
the
damage,
attack.
yep.
I know.
But you like, where do you really like? If you were trying, you think that you might be finishing this creature off right now. Where are you striking?
Where Shay's height? Oh well, he's on his knees now, right?
Yes, and he got lower for a second too. Like, well, the flaming sphere damage happened on its turn, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so he is lower. Yeah.
So I think I just like envision Shay coming up, but he's like down on one knee and everyone's surrounding him. And you have to remember, Shay was told by them or like heard them yelling minutes ago or seconds ago, like, we got this, don't worry about it. And he's still up and there's all these people and she's just kind of like, what the heck? And then sees Lord Havesh like telling Shandaya to stand down and he's holding a sword down and she's just like, fuck the politics. And she's just shoving her rapier right behind like the squishy part behind the thigh to knee area, that like super vulnerable because he's like the one he's kneeling on, just like right for an artery or something.
All right. You make your strike, and you feel your rapier slip into large, giant vessel. And as you pull it back out, I mean, it is pinpoint, pressurized spray of blood now, just like kind of, it's moving around. He's still slashing about, but you kind of like, you waited with that fine point, got it right at that certain point. So now this spray is kind of starting to cover this battlefield, this arterial spray from your rapier strike. Anything else you want to do? But he is still up.
Want to see? I don't think I have enough space. Let me just measure something real quick. No. I think she would just, like in her mind to Vesta, like, where is Envy? And then that's her turn.
Okay. Okay.
That's her turn.
Envy.
Oh god, the voices. They're in my brain again.
Envy. Envy.
Ah! Panic! Okay, so Envy will scoop up the little firefox.
Don't scoop it up, it's fire.
Yeah, but it's like determinable flame fire, right? Like a ponytail? Like it only burns.
It's like a nine-tail.
Or is it a
I
Flareon?
will carefully scoop it up the firefox.
It doesn't say that it does damage to someone.
Judges.
I would assume it wouldn't, since Envy is mostly my friend.
I found out on the back end. She's like, okay, I need you to make a dex save. I will scoop up the fire foxy and probably using half movement because I'm also holding on to Buck.
Yeah.
And we're running out. So
Yeah.
like just outside enough to see outside.
Just outside enough to see outside. Yes.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you're there.
okay. Do I still hear footsteps and like heavy things being dragged?
Give me a perception check.
At disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oi.
Oh, I rolled my first nat 20 of tonight.
Yeah.
This isn't even my dice. Whatever. I didn't
Whatever.
care.
Whatever. And I was like,
Whatever.
19. Oh, take that dice, gods.
Wait, so you at disadvantage?
So
Good
I
night,
rolled a 20 the
Minnesota.
first one, and then a 19 the second one. So 19 plus 5 plus 3.
Bless on bless on bless. 19, 5, and 3 is 27.
There we go. I have a 27.
And
Do I hear anything?
It's not so much you hear anything. They've made it far enough away that like the combat outside, everything's a little loud, but like through the flame light flickering, like as you're looking around, you do see an obscuration. That's a word I knew I would use sometime in my life. An obscuration of shadow, kind of down on the stairwell behind. No, they would have gone the other way. You see like yeah, that word I said. Off to the right of the ramp.
So, I'll let you determine this. Would there be any way to sacred flame that actually?
It would be it'd just be an attack at disadvantage, really.
Well, it's a save for them.
Is it Sacred Flame?
I kind of dragged this all out there. I wouldn't be able to get there even if I didn't have. Okay. I will use Sacred Flame? Is that possible? I know it normally works on enemies, like, they wouldn't be able to, like, use cover from it, but I don't know how invisibility works in relation to a Sacred Flame target.
Is Sacred Flame... it's not a spell target? It's not a spell attack?
No, it's a saving throw, 60-foot range, radiant cantrip.
I mean, really, then, that makes it sound more like you bring down the flame and it, like, they have to dodge it.
Okay. So...
I would say that their
shadows...
save is at advantage at invisible. Because, like, where you're calling it down...
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, blood tracks a lot easier than radiant damage. So, I'm gonna pull out my bow and loose an arrow that direction.
Okay. So just a disadvantage, then.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. This a lot's going on. Okay.
It's only like...
You waited patiently.
Like
You've earned it.
Why? Oh, no.
What?
I rolled 2 4s.
Oh,
no! 2 4s.
To hit?
But, okay. Yeah.
You're not gonna bless yourself
Envy,
up.
you're
there.
inspired.
You
Envy.
be surprised. I got a +8, so 8 plus 4.
12.
Envy, you're still inspired. I don't think you
12.
ever used it.
First bless. Oh yeah, I haven't used my
See?
oh
Your
God.
D8 inspiration.
13. We're at 13. D8.
Uh-huh.
Wait. Yeah, okay, I'll hold that one. Okay. D8 plus the 13. 16.
Mm-hmm.
Does that hit?
It does.
Yes!
Okay. 1d6 plus 5. I am just trying to get blood so we have a tracker sort of thing happening. 3 plus 5. 8. 8 piercing. And then I'm going to...
And...
where is it? It's like an attack thing. I just saw it. Okay. Might be under my features. A life of light. So it says Volpanos have resistance to radiant damage. Additionally, once per day, you may add 2d4 radiant damage to a single attack made in sunlight. Is it light out?
It is not.
I hates it. Okay. So 8 piercing.
Yes, I got that.
We
Just
went all the
patient
way
over here
around.
again.
A while,
Let's
yeah.
get
I
back
got it
to-
out a while ago.
Okay,
All right, done.
that's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Vista. We're gonna.
Kill it.
We're gonna
Oh, hello there.
start. We're gonna start with the Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Yup. Saw that coming.
I really want you to kill it. That's
Constitution's disadvantage. I almost just grabbed a D12.
So much. Where's Lupin?
You
Yeah,
really
where
trying
is Lupin? Y'all just trust that he's out there slaying.
And I am.
You are.
I thought all of the ways Shay could try and communicate with them, and she's like, no. It's like a big old hole. Bullets coming out of it. Dark.
6.
Lupin's got this.
You never really see him do his work anyway. Wait. What? Did you say 6?
No, I
Oh.
said I'm going to use my inspiration. Can I use both of them?
like Stream and Chelsea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may not need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll 1 and see what happens, and then.
One's the D6, mine's the D8.
Yeah, it's not looking great. Okay. $21.
All right. You do take another 4 damage.
Yeah. That was with quadruple blessing and 2 types of inspiration.
Yeah, so that's not happening again.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Wow.
Oh!
You turned a 3 into a 21, though. That's
Yeah, no.
freaking
That's
crazy.
That's
Resources.
impressive.
Yeah, right?
I rolled really well in the other ones. It was the D20. So 4 points of damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Kill it. Kill it, Vesta.
I am gonna just stab it into this big old dude and hope he dies.
Okay.
Stop it. Stop it, Cherry.
Strawberry. You could just said strawberry. You're like surrounded by strawberries.
I'm not into
Berry.
the big dude.
Chop is berry.
4
Turn him into jam.
plus 20, dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Okay. What am I rolling for my flame blade? It was 6d6 last time.
Yep.
Is it still 66?
It is, but if I had to guess, how do you want to finish off this giant right here?
4, 6. I'm rolling it anyway.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's 22 points of damage.
Nice. That's a big blow.
I mean, I'm real short compared to this guy, so I'm just gonna like kneecap him and just right at the knees, cut him down.
All right. So you anything beyond holding on to a little bit of control you have left of yourself, you direct this font of magma energy coming from your hand, that is this flame blade, forward in a sweeping motion, and as the blade sweeps out, it seems to just grow. Basically, it turns into a blade to this just like fire hose of magma. And it sweeps across underneath. The giant's feet basically start melting under the magma. However, I need Shay and High Lord Janarin to make dexterity saving throws.
Do that. Make him roll, because I don't like him. I don't know why, but I don't like him. He does not like it.
Hey, chat, have y'all seen Wizard of Oz?
Oh! That is a shitty roll.
We
Yeah.
might get some Shay size shoes real quick.
Shay, sorry, Vesta, what is your spell DC?
15.
15. Okay.
Was it dex save?
Dex save, yeah.
Oh! 7 plus 6 is what?
13.
13.
13, that's it. That's the best I can do with both my blesses.
What was the damage you rolled?
Wait, I haven't... No, I don't. Sorry, let me shut up.
22.
Shay, you take 22 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
Wow.
High Lord Janarin, he takes his heavy cloak and uses it as cover, and in the moment that this all happens, y'all see it dripping away to the weight and heat of the magma. It ruined his cloak, and he took damage. But it wasn't.
She's like doing one of those, like,
significant.
she's hopping on both feet, trying to, like, but, like, she just keeps stepping in the magma.
The giant.
Her cute booties are all burned now.
Vesta, this like stream of magma, you finish the strike, but it's still going, and you reach it forward, and you basically are spraying magma onto this giant as before his legs melt away, and then now like his form starts melting away as you spray down basically his body with this magma erupting from your hands. We need to go. We're out of combat. Oh wait, no, we're not. Sorry, music. Come back. John, I almost forgot. There's still one Duergar.
I almost forgot about you.
Also, aren't the invisible ones potentially a thing?
Yes. So we're still going to go in combat also because Vesta is still going to need to make certain saving throws here. But yeah, so we're still going to go in kind of an order, but we are out of, like, visible combat to say.
My turn's not over.
Okay.
Vester's gonna sit down on the stairs.
Sit
Bonus
down.
action, sit.
Where, just for flavor, where are you, like, pointing your magma hand? Because it's still going. You are spraying magma with your hand.
Magma.
Oh, if it's left pointing, I guess I'm just gonna like point it in the general direction of the building because it's my left hand.
Okay. So yeah, you're basically like aiming this magma to the stonework and away from people in front of you. Sorry, I'm having the most wicked leg cramp right now. It's ridiculous. Today was leg day, to be fair.
I thought, when you rolled back, I thought maybe it was just the dog farting again.
Oh gosh, no, she's not in here tonight. No, just a wicked leg cramp. Okay, we're gonna keep going though. So the Duergar that's in front of you, he knows he's fighting to his death. He's got a war pick. He has his target out in front. Your cloak is your cloak back?
Yes, because my turn came.
So disadvantage here. Yeah, that's gonna miss. Second attack. Golly, I hate the dice failed me wrong now. So this Duergar is basically like fighting for his life. Last stand. Calliope. Because the combat's over, I'm gonna say Calliope like takes the next round to mustard packet or pickle juice. I don't have mustard packet. I have mustard. Does it have to be from a packet?
That's such a...
I know. She basically takes the 6 seconds to like check on Shay, like take in her surroundings. I'll give her a chance to like.
I mean, can she do her heal?
Yeah. She's not in that rage. Yeah. She's going to try. She doesn't really know everything's done, so I'm gonna say she tries to make it through the fog cloud. We'll say she's gonna do.
She doesn't fall in a hole, does she?
No, she doesn't. However, like she makes it to there, but she doesn't like make it in or anything. Buck, seeing everything in front of him, he turns towards you, Envy, and just in this kind of time says, "Wow. I need to tell you something. Those I recognized some of those people at the very beginning. I think they're part of. I think one of them was a misfit. And that's really like in this time point. That's his talk. High Lord
And he's
Janarin.
referring to the bandit people, the human ones?
Yes. High Lord Janarin stands up, kind of wipes himself up. He was like, Shay, you notice like as you took your strike, he kind of pulled his attention towards you, almost like watching you work, seeing what you do, and that strike was good, and he was about to acknowledge you, but then of course Vesta really stole the show there at the end.
Yeah.
And he kind of is looking down, and
No, you're not.
turns towards Havesh and says, he actually lets out a laugh.
Havesh?
No, Janarin.
Janarin to Havesh.
Mm-hmm. And in this like deep southern drawl, because I'm just reminding myself how I imagine this guy sounding, is I say, such a spectacle that this is. Good night of fighting. Thank you. Whew. As you see, he's like kind of acknowledging Havesh. In a sense. The tank, nothing really on the combat scope. Shandias is kind of taking a back seat. She's cleaning off her gear. She gives a bow to Lord Janarin, and Janarin says to her, like, fine skill you got there. You'll serve well wherever you end up in Sigil. Lupin, you are still faced with this Duergar in front of you.
I am.
Finish.
Alright. Let's hit him in the face, hopefully.
Okay.
Oh, not with that.
Whoopsie.
Not with that. I rolled a 1, so yeah.
I guess the fog cloud does go away. Of course, it's not going to let me select it now. Why would it? That'd be really, really generous of it. So you don't hit it?
No, I rolled a 1.
Do you get 2 attacks? Not yet, huh?
No.
Poor guy. Okay, yeah. It's really not going away now. There are no Gith Knights. As the fog cloud does dissipate, Calliope would notice that one of the Gith Knights seems to have been obliterated by that scatter shot from the tank within the fog cloud.
Close proximity.
Lord Havesh, acknowledging the High Lord, yells out to anyone kind of within the vicinity and says, "We are all gracious of your work here, High Lord. 3 cheers for Janarin. 3 cheers for the Giant Slayer." And some of the Gith Knights around and the guards still around give out 3 cheers in acknowledgement.
Shay goes, yeah, Vesta!
All right.
Burning all the bridges!
She's gonna play dumb. Like, yeah, Vesta! I'll do it more like that.
And glory to Gore Spire Keep. Now, and he motions over, he says, you see that Yivid Slod, it has arrived. He was not at the banquet. But now on scene, he says, Slod, gather them in. It's time we follow our attackers and find out what we can. We're gonna go underground, boys. Gather your stuff. We leave in 15 minutes.
Is this Havesh saying that?
Havesh. Yep. So we'll go back to the top of the round, Shay.
She's gonna just, sorry, let me get back to roll 20. She's taking all this in, though. She is really, like, taking note of everything. And she's really interested in the underground. Like, seriously. But for now, she's gonna pry herself away and instead go up here. Oh gosh, wrong button. Go up, Vesta. Yeah. And then I think she has enough. 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 She has Okay, I guess she'd have to go 1 more feet. She's just getting far enough up the stairs and then telepathic, or I guess she doesn't even need to do it telepathically, but like, Envy, you okay?
That's fine.
You can respond for 6 seconds, and then it's your turn, and you can like respond more if you want.
Oh.
No, this is out loud. It's not in your head,
Oh,
right? Didn't you say?
Yeah, I changed it to out loud. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never better.
Okay. Anything else, Shay?
Believable. And then Jay literally is gonna just like kind of turn back around, like square up next to Vesta. She's not running into the underground right away. She's waiting for her friends.
Mm-hmm. Envy.
So when I shot the arrow, did the arrow disappear, or would they have to cast invisibility?
No, the arrow did. This is like a real deep mechanism question, isn't it? Because technically, anything you carry, but just for fun and flair,
becomes...
yeah. But just for fun and flair, no. I'm gonna say that there is literally an arrow that is moving along like this platform, making its way towards seemingly the fog cloud.
Oh, so it's like trying to get on the tank. Like they came down the stairs to go down that direction. I thought they were going like towards the beach. Okay. Not having any clue what that thing is. I will start to carry or pick back up the fox because I had the bow in my hand. And then start going towards Shay and Vesta. But it'll be 15 feet. So 5. Like, nowhere. I'm just walking. And then I'll use my action to, I guess... Yeah, I can do that, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'll get close enough to.
Okay. And then the Fire Owl's with you because you're carrying him. Firefox. Firefox serve internet browsers for all your sponsor us. Anything else?
You need us, Firefox, just as much as we need you.
I don't think I have anything else right now, so yeah.
All right, Vesta, Constitution saving throw, disadvantage.
Fuck me. This is gonna be real bad.
Maybe I shouldn't have gotten so close to her.
Yeah.
That's how we die. Take out everybody.
I should know better.
Hold, please. Uh, 16. Do I explode?
No, thankfully, it's not an explosion.
Explosion.
But you get real lightheaded as you lick your dry lips, realizing there's no moisture in your mouth or on your skin or anywhere, and you just go black and you pass out. And as you fall to the ground, that font of lava shuts down.
Am I at 0 hit points passed out or still at 14?
You're still at your hit points, yeah. You're just currently unconscious, yeah.
Okay.
Duergar is gonna. That's I can't say that. Is gonna keep fighting. There's not room in here to enlarge, so he's not gonna do that. So he's just gonna keep.
I mean, not with that attitude.
Does a disadvantage? Gosh darn it! You and your that's probably gonna be good for you. That's like a 15 at disadvantage.
Nope.
Okay, one more. I should have never given you that. Yeah. I mean, you guys are just failing at each other, pretty much. Failing at each other. Calliope.
With each other.
The fog cloud is dissipated. She hears fighting inside I'm gonna let y'all roll this, Indy, if you want to. I need an intelligence check from Calliope to see if she can figure out how to get in there. We know she knows how to get in there when it comes to the nightclub. But does she know how to get into a Duergar tank?
16?
It's a good roll. She gets to like the general area, kind of the same place where the knight was messing with stuff, but doesn't manage to quite get it open yet. But Lupin, you can hear it. Sounds like someone outside is trying also now to get in again, because you heard it before too. Yep.
Question: the
Yes.
Gith Knight that would have died, I guess, would he have died though? Because he was on top of the tank.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say that he when the panel fell away, he tried to back away, not knowing what it was. Yeah. Basically, the side panel flipped down and broke away and fell on the ground, and where he was standing, it kind of he had to jump off to avoid it.
Also, if there's any, with the 16 intelligence, obvious areas that the layer action bullet pellets would have came from, just maybe not standing directly in line with those.
Yeah.
Buck is going to follow Envy's lead and is kind of out of combat, assessing the situation, joining you guys, which is his connection to this event. High Lord Janarin says to Havesh, you guys hear this kind of interchange, this conversation. He says he looks at Shandias and says, well, if you're ready, I think my service is done here. He looks at Lord Havesh and says, don't worry, I'm going to give him a good report. You're going to get your due. Thanks for showing me a good time. Kind of gives him a nod. And he looks at Shandias and says, if you're ready, I think I can get us a nice hot bath when we get back to Sigil. And he puts out an arm. Duergar tank is nothing. Shandias takes the arm, and you watch as their forms shift in this weird visual effect. Anyone that would see it that would want to make an arcane check could attempt to.
I'll try it.
I rolled and I got a 0.
That's terrible at Arcana. Okay, when I roll like that, maybe.
I got a fuck me, aka a 1.
I have to find this.
14?
Alright. I did this wrong. They don't fade out. They're gonna have to head inside the keep. My bad. But hey, I'd rather let you guys know the truth than fudge it. So never mind. They can't do that. I mean, they could, but it's weird. It'd be weird. Should they do it that way?
What? We don't know.
I know you don't know.
So much wool!
Let me look up one thing real quick before I make this decision.
So, Vesta has looked better.
She's all singed around the edges.
Yeah, she's like...
Her outfit's all frayed around the
I like to think that my glorious outfit survived somehow.
Yeah, it's just embellished.
Yeah.
With the dark tones.
Those little purple beads definitely melted though.
Yeah. So they reach out and touch each other, and then that visual effect happens, and they disappear.
touch each other. Really.
Because they thought about it themselves.
They thought about. Well, I'm glad they thought about it for each other.
Lupin, can you do it?
Sense is
Sorry, I'm
important.
punchy. It's the end of the night.
Can you do it, Lupin?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll just
Let's
stop.
see.
And, come on!
Maybe. Am I still triple blessed?
You can do it.
You are still triple blessed.
Okay, let's see if this works. That's not the right one. Need that one. Okay. So 16, 19, 21, triple blast.
Yes, 21 hits. Shout.
Alright. So 11 first off, and some sneak in there.
It's
Sneaky,
enough.
sneaky.
Tell me how
Cool,
you finish this
16.
guy.
I want to just dig my rapier just into his chest, just like square into him, into his heart.
Square Enix.
Yep, and you kind of like Calliope, while looking for things, she peeked in just in time through one of the slits to see you finish off this Duergar, and you can kind of see her peeking in, just kind of standing there watching as the body slides off of your sword. All right, now we are officially out of combat.
So the invisible guys that Shay never knew about, they're not gonna come.
Oh, I guess Envy didn't really make a move to stop them. As of right now, there's no one really trying to stop them. Unless you want to do something right now, Envy.
If I can still see the blood trail and then like the arrow, I'd just be like, oh, there's some invisible folks running off with some things.
Who are you telling?
Just,
your group? Just your group
I
around
guess Shay and Buck because Vesta's passed out.
Does Buck have any fireballs?
I don't think so.
Cast a fireball.
I said.
He's used 4th and 3rd level spells. He does not have a fireball.
I don't.
Love
I
it
don't.
when you talk, Janarin.
This is their accent.
This is roleplay.
I say.
Unless none of you guys do anything, you see Havesh is approaching this grouping of you right here.
Well, I would like to. I mean, I just am curious. Can we see what Envy's motioning to? Like, 'cause
It's
he
difficult.
said that to us.
I would say at this point, because attention wasn't brought to them within that last kind of round, they have managed to make it to the fog cloud. And
Okay.
I don't really see a reason for anyone else seeing them anymore.
So I am going to ask if Clive is right there at the window to like come in to help me like drive this thing.
Okay,
Oh, he's so determined.
Just turn it into a convertible real quick.
she responds with, "Sure, you can open it up, right?"
I undo the hatch. I'm like, I'll look and see like the whole.
Give me an
opening opens up.
investigation check.
Cool investigation. I actually have points in that.
And I know, like, Envy knows that they were walking in the direction of the tank.
Yeah, and did you point that out to us?
25?
You said that.
25
Yeah, just-
investigation. Yeah, you notice where it is. You're able to pop it open, and
'Cause
she's
I
making her
don't-
way in to help you out.
'Cause I don't know they came out of the ground, essentially, by no.
Right.
You don't know that yet.
Okay. Do I see Havish's men going toward the hole right now?
Not yet. They're still gathering. They still have some time, it seems, before they're making their way.
Okay.
Heading out.
So I guess I close the hatch and then I investigate, hopefully with maybe her help, the controls of the tank.
All right, I'll let you keep that investigation check. You might as well. It's like, it takes trial and error, and like the silence of battle has gone on here, and you can hear people talking outside, and they stop talking the first time you kind of pull one of the levers, and you hear the grinding of gears as it shifts, and the whole contraption seems to be pivoting on one wheel or rail by this one lever pull. You kind of stop it, and you pull another one, kind of symmetric and on the other side. And you notice that it's going back the other way. And so, like, through pulling combinations and keeping it symmetric left and right, you're able to realize, like, there's levers for turning, there's levers for forward and back, kind of like on each side of the vehicle. And like if you want to go forward, you have 2 going forward at once kind of system. It's like I think like the old San Francisco rail cars used to be kind of on a similar system.
So
Not
what
like
I
a
would do...
tractor too.
A what?
Like a tractor.
Yeah, like a tractor. Yeah.
Okay. So if I can figure it out, what I would like to do is actually... They're not going toward the hole yet, and they're getting ready, so I would close the hole for now. So I try to back it up so like it goes off the gap until they're ready.
Okay. Excuse me while I think about what role I want you to do to back a drill tractor into a hole.
Cool.
Wouldn't that be like...
I'm gonna say sleight of hand.
Okay.
Because this is maneuvering your hands in like precise fashion to have controlled movements.
24.
24. Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, like within a little bit of time after, we'll say it took you a solid minute to really understand the levers, and then within another minute or two, you have now backed this thing up over. You know what? I feel like I'm going to give you one more chance.
Okay.
We're going to keep it
What do you
real
want?
simple.
Okay.
D20, 11
Okay.
or higher, you figure it out quick enough to bump into one of these invisible figures as they are seemingly going down the hole. This is meta, but like I'm doing it because I'm letting you know what this roll is for. If it doesn't, your characters might not know this is happening.
Right.
Yeah.
So 11 or higher, just straight die 20 roll.
Straight die 20 roll.
15. Woo!
All right. You get it. You pop it into gear. The machine lurches forward, and you feel and hear this crunch and this. As now,
I check Calliope. I'm like, you okay?
her eyes disappear for a second. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. My gosh, this is really happening. Okay. I need damage.
Look back.
I need damage, though, is what I really need.
Okay, what do you want?
Did she? Oh, maybe she got bumped around, her head hit because it like jostled the thing and she got hit. Damage take. She needs to maintain her rage. That's what you're talking about, right?
4d6. No, I'm actually not talking about Calliope. Calliope left to
Oh.
investigate.
Oh.
$12.
Now, visible, there's a Duergar crunched underneath, like, was trying to squeeze down the hole. Now crunched and basically grappled by this heavy metal machine. And is there, and this series of events draws the attention of Lord Havesh, and he starts coming over this direction. So you guys over there notice Havesh walking towards the Duergar tank.
I would call out to him and say, "Watch out! We're in here."
He yells back to you. Did you manage to capture one of them?
Do I see the one that's now visible?
You don't, but Calliope kind of comes back to the window view and like gives you a nod.
I say, yeah.
Good work! Good work! Oh, I'm gonna make his interrogation the worst of his life. And he starts coming over to your area. Is anyone else doing anything in this moment?
Could Shay, if she saw that, make an insight check on the truthfulness of Lord Havesh saying that?
Give me an insight check.
Like, she's like, is he lying about? She's suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
God, my rolls are
Don't
spooky.
be suspicious.
But I still am blessed. You said unless it's gone.
Combat is over. Bacchus is.
But envy still blessed me, right? So I still got my one from envy.
Still got his for a little.
No, my rolls probably should have been lower then. So
He's okay.
Okay. That's an insight. That's a 9 plus nothing great. 13.
You have made many insight checks to Lord Havesh. It is that same singular emotion of like excited anticipation.
Okay.
At this moment, he kind of calls the rest of you guys to come follow him, and he kind of like, do you guys come?
Scooping up Vesta.
Yeah.
Vesta is not passed out for very long. It's not like a zero
Okay.
hit points passed out. It's more of a blackout. It's like 6 seconds, and then you kind of come to and regain your wits.
So I've just been pretending to be unconscious this entire time.
It's only been like 6 seconds now.
This entire time. I'm serious. She's been, instead of opening her eyes, she's been lying there listening to everything and pretending that she's unconscious.
Nice, okay. But then you get picked up by...
And then I get picked up, and I'm going to let him pick me up and carry me.
Nah.
I am not that strong.
Buck helps though, like just without even
Okay.
question, he really kind of reaches down and helps you carry Vesta.
If possible, I want to try and like get us within 30 feet of each other. All of us that look, semi-haphazardly injured.
So y'all want to like form
And
up
the-
down here ish. Lupin, do you crawl out of
Yes.
the tank?
That's cool. It's cool.
Or are you still in it?
I would actually open up the top hatch and just kind of sit on top of the tank.
Okay. Cool. Looking cool,
Uh,
like you do.
Once we're close enough, I will use Channel Divinity and then do Balm of Peace. So I'll just move around everyone that looks like they're injured. That's friendly. And you can recover 2d6 plus 4, which is gonna be... Wait, I used my Channel Divinity dice. Nine points. Everybody gets one.
Nice.
I
Thank
feel
you.
the need to ask. In this instance, is Lord Havesh a friendly heal? Are you wanting to heal Lord Havesh as well?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. It's free healing.
I mean, it's very simple. You apply the balm to the burned skin across his face, being the only real source of damage he took for that fight.
Oh! And if the Duergar looks like he's about to pass out, I'll do it for him as well, since
Ooh.
he's pinned, because we don't want him to die like to do that.
Okay.
Two
Yeah, you
questions.
heal him. Yeah.
One, how much was that?
9.
9.
Thank you. Two, when I blacked out, would my wildfire spirit have blinked out too?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no longer a fire spirit, but I'm being carried like a damsel in distress.
Yes, you are. Lord Havesh gathers you and says, "Now, I'm going to lead a contingent of my guard down into those tunnels, and we're going to pay these Duergar a little bit of their own medicine. Nothing serious, but we're going to make sure a couple of their guards die. The business with them can be difficult, and I need to find out exactly what they were after. However, before they came in, I recognized some of those raiders that preceded them. I believe they were with the misfits run by the boss down in the sewers, and I need you guys to find me hard evidence that he had something to do in this."
I mean, if we're interrogating people, should be one still alive in the banquet hall, assuming your men didn't kill him. Stop them once. So.
Would I have gotten an eye on any of the items before they turned them invisible? What they were kind of carrying, or were they all just like in burlap sacks?
They were like in sacks in a chest. There was a singular chest, and then there were a couple sacks.
Is the one that we have a sack?
No.
I will, to the best of my ability, because I was at a distance, try and describe that chest, and then also the area that they were coming from. So maybe that might be a clue in as to what they were trying to gather, as far as what part of the keep they went to. Okay. To Lord Havesh.
Yeah. As you do that and you describe the chest, you see a reaction. Subtle.
Insight check.
I know. Probably an entire group insight check, and I'll roll for Buck too.
Damn it! I could have added. No, I did. Was that a group? Did you say group?
Group. Yeah. All of y'all are involved in this conversation right
now. Happily.
And we still have
20.
What?
Okay, so that's a 28. Hasn't been a minute, because the only thing that would be going right now would be Emboldening Bond, which would be Lupin, Vesta, and Calliope.
Oh, wait, not me. Not Shay.
14 insight.
13.
Can I roll at disadvantage since I can hear it, but I'm pretending I can't hear it?
Yes. Thank you for realizing the negative implications of your damn stress ruse.
I rolled a natural 20 and a 17.
Wow. I know. Yeah.
28.
Damn.
Okay. So Shay and Lupin, you don't really notice anything.
Yeah.
Envy, have you tried to? I know, at least once or twice, but you've tried to insight Lord Havesh before, right? Have you? I know Shay does it quite a bit. Have you?
I don't think I have.
Okay, never mind. But still, critical's good. Vesta has. I know.
It's a 27.
Wait, have I? It's been a long 3 days, Chad. I can't remember.
I rolled a 27 in total.
I'm sure you have at least once or twice.
I think if it would have been at that first night when we came to dinner.
Yeah. So both of you guys get something new.
Ooh.
Shay, I think, is the only one that has ever seen like this more complex array of emotions.
The first time at dinner, when we first.
No, actually, Vesta, you have. I remember this now. You had a good insight check against him when you were talking to him about his relationship with Nisara.
Yes.
Yes. So, in the grand scheme of things, you guys have seen like a singular emotion win out, where like you're really detecting a single like straight line emotion, or Vesta and Shay, you've had these flashes of like complex emotion, and they've been very rare. Vesta and Envy right now, this is different. And Vesta, you're the only one that really notices how different it is comparatively, but you register two emotions. Surprise and frustration. And they're very much... The weirdest part about it is they're not in synchrony. They're not like frustrated because anxious or surprised or, it's... They almost seem to be combative or anti...
Like for two different reasons?
It's difficult. It's complex, but in a new way. There's an element here that's different than it was before. In this moment, as a look of surprise does go over Lord Havish's face when mentioning the chest.
Something that I wasn't there before. Beauty and the Beast.
And just so I would remember, that area isn't anywhere close to where Havish's son's room is. Like the part they tried to keep us.
You would know that the son would have been up. The son's room would have been upstairs. Yeah, it would have been down one of those hallways. After the like kind of initial shock of that description of the chest settles in, you see he has a much more serious face, and he says, "Right, well, okay, now as my army prepares, I need to go look through some stuff and see if I can get a better idea of exactly what they took. But as far as your objective, I hope you are very clear how important this is. I feel it in my gut that they orchestrated this somehow, and I need something solid that I can present to say that they planned a raid on my keep. Got it? All right.
I'm sure this prisoner will give us everything we need.
And the Duergar...
Wait, which one? Because again, we should have two.
Yeah.
For two? I apologize.
We have one
we should
Duergar
have
and one
misfit and one Duergar.
Oh, then perfect. Then I meant prisoners.
Assuming the one still inside is still there and alive, we should. As he's leaving, I'm gonna ask, like, what are you gonna do with this thing? Pointing to the tank.
I was gonna donate it to the blacksmith, see if he could get some good scrap metal out of it, make us some strong shields or defensive plating. I don't know.
Okay, but you can move this thing when you need to go down.
Wait, you can move it?
I mean, kinda. Probably.
Might be worthy to keep intact instead of breaking it down. I mean, might be advantageous.
Oh yeah, you can figure it out and teach some of my guard how to use it. That'd be pretty fun to shove this thing right back down their throat.
I mean, yeah, probably. So,
we do know where their little establishment is down in the tunnels, so we shouldn't need it for tonight, but maybe for future endeavors. So take your time. Again, priority is finding something. The longer we wait, the longer they have to hide anything that might connect them to this.
Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna leave this here then, like, for a little while.
Well, actually, could you move it? It's okay if we're out here now. I don't think they're coming back at this moment, but...
I guess where you gonna park this?
Just park it, near the wall over there. Cover up that kind of burnt spot on the ground over there. That seems like a good spot for now.
All right.
And sure, like,
what do you?
It takes you a
roll for this, or
no? Like you've learned it, but like you're not perfect with it yet. So it's not like a direct line of sight. Like you kind of start off in one direction, and it's a little janky, and then you correct but overcorrect a little bit, but eventually you get it positioned. No, not a real lot of time. However, I think this is a good spot to end it for 2022 and tonight. We will join the adventures in our first session of 2023, first week of January, unless something comes up, with Cherie back, out of combat, new objectives and goals in mind. I'm sure still some questions to be answered. Exclamation critical in the chat to enter our last giveaway of the evening. Players, is there anything you want to say? How about, last stream of the year? Maybe give me your best moment of Heroes of Salon up to this point. And if someone has one quicker than someone else, I'm not going to go in order. So if someone has some, maybe I'll go first. I still, maybe not best, but, definitely one of the most memorable, especially because I came across that meme I made not too long ago, is Vesta clearing the stone walls of Gorespire Keep in bird owl form, and then her legs growing to normal human proportions as she slowly and mostly controlled made her way to the ground before her animal shape shift.
I am never going to live that down, that I thought that I couldn't fly yet.
That was pretty clutch.
That was good.
Any other?
Mine's not an event. Mine is more. I'm amazed that like we have spanned however long this is, but in game time, it's literally been like less than a week.
Like, yeah, not even half.
It's been
really, like
4
3 to 4
days.
days.
It's been like 4 days.
Today was session 18.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Session
really,
18.
it really says a lot to like adventures, right? Like you guys could go this entire year and get through this adventure, and you will have leveled up a lot, right? But aged, you're not gonna, you haven't aged really per se. So that's kind of cool. Last chance for giveaway! Exclamation critical.
Do it! Get it, Art! Giveaway!
Going once.
Exclamation critical.
Going twice.
Do it.
Roll it. Etherical Artist has won the giveaway. Congratulations. Welcome. Please join our Discord. The link is in our information for our Twitch channel. Find me, Colin FFRPG, and I will get your information to send off some awesome dice for the evening. All right. Any last words? We are going to find someone to raid, so stick around if you're looking for more D&D. We're going to send you off to someone doing a fun game. So stick around, and we'll send you on your way.
Send you up to someone doing it.
Doing it. They're like,
Can we do
it
that?
live?
It's almost 9:30. That means we're on X-rated time, but not on Twitch because they have terms and conditions.
They do.
Oh no.
They're pretty lenient, though. I mean, in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Let's
They've
be
really
real.
gotten lenient.
Let's
Yeah.
be real.
They used to be real strict, so
Hot tub D&D.
Mhm.
Well, that's still real, I think. Oh, Hot Tub D&D. Never mind. Why
That
has
exists.
it any? I'm sure it does.
I don't know. Does
I'm
it?
sure it
It has
does.
to.
I'm
It
sure
has
it
to.
does.
Just make
If
a
it
new
doesn't-
genre.
How about
Yes, you did, and you're welcome, everyone.
how about
Yeah,
let's
no.
make it 1 degree more? A
John and I will-
VTuber in a hot tub
No.
playing D&D.
What'd you say, Colin?
A VTuber in a virtual hot tub playing and streaming D&D.
Yeah.
1 degree further.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, guys.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy New
See
Year.
you all in 2023.
Happy Krampus.
Thrizzy.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, y'all have a good night. We'll raid you on. Bye bye.
Bye.